Yes, people. What's going on? Welcome back to the channel, man. Welcome back to Saeed TV. We're here, man. You know the score. Wednesday, Mandem Talk Settings, where we get the WhatsApp group into a conversation. You feel me? With the Mandem, we're here, and it's a huge week. Well, it feels like every week's a huge week, but a very, very important week, especially the Europa League, man. Away to Real Sociedad this weekend, but we're going to get into it. We're going to be discussing the fallout from the last game as well. Fulham, looking forward to the weekend as well. And just the latest news around Man United, man. We've got a man like Faz in the building. Faz, I see you doing pancakes and that last night. What are you saying, bro?
Yeah, National Pancake Day, man. I'm celebrating Pancake Day. Man United ain't doing no justice, so I'm treating myself. Do you know what I'm saying? And then today I flogged myself in the gym. And now I'm here, Mandem Talk, man. By the way, Rance, they were protein pancakes, yeah, before you start losing.
Hey, bro, I was watching the show, blood. Why, bruv? You think I don't see these things, man? Don't worry, bro.
Protein, man. There was eggs, milk.
I see you had a stinker yesterday. I saw it, Faz. You know the one saying,
yeah,
it is, bro. Listen,
Let me enjoy life, man. Man United are stressing me out. I just watched Rance and Saeed's show. Man,
wait, that's a cooking show.
Yeah, blood. He was cooking live yesterday,
bro. Yo,
live from his kitchen.
Yeah, bring me next time, bro. We're gonna have a cooking show.
Yeah, man. I've seen it, bro.
Can't miss Pancake Day, man. Can't miss Pancake Day. You know what I'm saying? Saeed, don't feed me. When I go to Saeed's house, this guy don't feed me.
Brother, I let you.
No drinks, no food, no hospitality.
Bro, don't lie to them. What did you get last time? What did you get?
Bro, you got me them cheap 39p biscuits.
No. What did you get? What did you get?
39p.
You literally had a whole meal of Pepe's, bro.
Someone had to donate, yeah, and said feed Faz. You fed me, or else you don't feed me.
A whole food, man. This guy's complaining, bro.
You had grenade bar, protein bars hidden in the living room. If I didn't find them, I wouldn't have had them.
Wait, which Pepe's? The peri joint, yeah?
Peri, yeah, man. Yeah, Pepe's, okay. You know what I mean? Like what did like Nora did it nicely. You know what I mean? Some people just don't appreciate it. You know what I mean? Man, like, I don't appreciate it.
I'm moving like Saeed Ratcliffe, man.
You know, Faz wouldn't have said that if you got my biryani, innit? If you
exactly. You know what I mean? That's where the bad form came from. I got to get him away from that biryani, bro. Because that's ever since we had that biryani, bro, it's been downhill. Do you know what I mean? But now, big up Faz, man. Big up Rance in the building. What are you saying, Rance, man?
Hey, big up. All good, man. All good. Big up the chat, man. Big up the panel.
Yeah, big up, man. We got Danny here back, man. You know what I mean? You've become popular on the show, man. I can't lie, man. The man I say, where's Danny, man?
You know what's funny? They used to hate me when I first came on it. Remember the Ollie Wars? The
Ollie days, man. I know.
Ollie Wars.
I know, bro.
Big up everybody watching. I appreciate it.
Big up, man. Big up. And obviously, we got Rhino in the building, man. Rhino, what you saying, man? Everything blessed.
They are, man. They are, yeah, man. Big up the man, them. Feels like I haven't been on the show for a minute, man. But big up the chat. You lot smash the likes as well, man.
Yeah.
Man's blessed,
man.
Blessed by the grace of God. You're blessed.
Yeah. Also, big up Abdul Aziz as well. Gifted 2 memberships as well, man. So, Dobby's in the chat if you got the memberships as well, man. But listen, let's talk, man. Is it all or nothing? You know what I mean? Or is it more than that? According to the manager, he's not really looking to... I'm not saying not looking to win the competition, but he's almost like downplaying the importance of this competition. He's trying to say, yo, listen, which I do hear it in a sense, but then again, it would bring a bigger positive light in a very terrible season for him and maybe give him a bit more time. But yeah, man, I'll start with you, Danny, man. Europa League.
Oh, why me, bro?
No.
Go to Rhino. Go to Rhino.
No, for me, it's like, I hear what he's saying, innit? But then I'm like, he looks broken, you know. I don't know if you've seen the video, man, when he was talking on Sky Sports.
Go to Rhino. Bro, I'm going to be negative. So just go to Rhino.
Yeah, Rhino, what are you saying? All right, Rhino, what are you saying?
I'm just going to be negative, bro. I don't want to start like last time.
Europa League got bust for you, or is it a case of like still Premier League over most
No,
things?
Rhino. No. Don't, Rhino, what do you think of what the manager's been saying for the last few weeks, Rhino? I want to hear.
Rhino's not gonna give me an answer though. He's gonna give me.
Do you know what it is? Yeah,
Give me
obviously. What's funny for me, yeah, people take one thing of what I said and then erase the whole context. Like, so for example, let's say I have more faith than maybe Danny has. It means that I'm pro Ineos or pro Ruben. Like these times, they miss out parts where there's certain bits that I'm worried about Ruben, or me saying that if he gets sacked, I would understand in that. It's not like I'm kicking a fuss in it. But I just think for me, obviously I wasn't here last week in it, but I'm not really too specifically focused on specific things like, for example, we need to win the league or we need to win the Europa. I think for me, it's just about the general direction we're going in. That's what I'm worried about, innit? Obviously, if we win the Europa, it's good in terms of money that we get in, and it just opens up a few more opportunities for us in the summer window, and it frees up some of the like debts and stuff. Obviously, you got the whole PSR and all of that stuff. Yeah. If we get more money in, it allows us to get more players and whatever. So I'm more thinking like that. At the end of the day, I'm not really fussed. I'm not specifically fussed whether we win or not. But I just think it would help us in the general direction of where we're going in it, kind of thing. Yeah.
Yo, yeah. I should have just went first, bro. So you see, the PSR money for Europa League, yeah. Each league position's worth 3 million. So finishing 3 places higher can potentially be worth more to Man United than winning the Europa League, because there's not much bread, bro. From here to the end, it's another 10 million. It's not nothing serious. We make like 6 million from a match day. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Here's my issue though, Rhino. This manager said he doesn't know what to do. If he did, he would. He's been saying we need to get to the end of the season, get to the end of the season, get to the East season. I only have one idea. We get knocked out of the cup. You've got another cup game, and the message you want to send is the cups ain't the priority. And this is what I expect from someone who's in second place and third place. Or, like Klopp and Pep, when they get knocked out of the cup and they're challenging for the Prem, and they know they're there. They can win it. They've won it. The cup is not our priority. We put out a team that we thought could win. That's what I expect from people in that position. Not for a manager fighting for his life, bro. That's my only issue. Like, you're fighting for your life and you're trying to downplay things that can give people like just optimism about you.
Okay. Let me
add to that. Sorry, let me add to that.
But Rhino, it's not in isolation. It's the collection of comments that I keep hearing from
him. That's the thing. So do you get what
I mean, Rhino? Like, just for
I understand that, and that's the thing. I get worried by these things too, and that's the thing. Like, there's a difference between me just being completely blinded by faith and saying, you know what, I'm just ignoring everything, and we're gonna do the right thing. I just know right now, obviously, if you look at Ruben, the pressure's definitely getting to him. And I speak to all my brethren, all my fellow Arsenal brethren and all of that. I say to them, Arsenal supporters, Chelsea supporters, whatever. I say to them, bro, I'm not one to say that Ruben's gonna bring us to the promised land. We're gonna win the league and whatever. I just think that because of what we've been talking about in the group chat about how much of a mess the club is in. Yeah. I just think that because I've seen little things, I'm just hoping generally we're on the route to something that can work out in the future, innit? At the end of the day, Ruben might not survive it.
Bro. It's not about that. I don't even think all the things you're saying, I don't even think those things. It's not about that, bro. Like, you need to finesse whatever it is you can finesse. All of this, I need to be honest. I know I'm not supposed to. Oh, Rude boy, you're in the fight for your life. Getting Europa League, that can be your lifeline.
And I'm rusty, by the way, so I haven't really been keeping up with nothing. But
but that can be your lifeline to get in that extra player or extra team players that you think you need. Like, how are you in this situation? And you're like, when Ollie said it, Ollie was third. He just lost the Europa League final. That's when Ollie said it. Or was he second that season? I think he was third that season. That's when Ollie said it. You're 11th. You need this. You actually need to win this competition. Otherwise, you're going to be doing what you did in January when you said, I let these players go. I only wanted one player in. You will end up saying the same thing if the summer don't go your way. You need that Europa League to get the Champions League.
But Danny, the thing is,
it's just the manager's messaging.
That's true, yeah. But if he knows his job's safe, and let's say hypothetically his job is safe, what does it matter whether he wins it or not? If he knows in his mind,
he's a coward. That tells me he's a coward, and we hired the wrong manager. You know your job is safe, so you have no ambition and energy to convince everyone you need to win the Europa League or convince your players. That's poor, bro.
Can I just say though,
That's shocking.
you can also agree though that winning a trophy doesn't show you that you're going anywhere. Like we've won.
It's not about that. No one said that.
No,
bro.
I'm just saying.
I'm gonna get on to you. It's not about that, bro. I'm not saying that, bro.
No, but he has said though we've won trophies before and we've not really kind of improved.
Yeah, it's not about that. This is about money. This is about you.
I get the money.
This is about money. And you
his eyes, you don't really care about the money. He's just thinking about
but you have to, because you have a plan. And your plan is to get more players. The more money you have, the more players you get. And by the way, you're still going to have 9 man here. You're still going to have Mazraoui, De Ligt, probably Dalot, Euro, Bruno, Ugarte, Kobe, Ahmad. That's 8 man. You're going to have those guys. What about them? You don't want to instill no belief in them for next season. You think you could just erase what happens this season? There's no carryover. I was talking to someone the other day. Shout out Leroy if he's watching. He said, this is the way he put it. If you lose 5 games to start the next season, you lose 2 of the 3 of those matches, the PTSD for next season comes back.
No, that's why I said that the way we end this season is so important. People assume that like not winning games and basically right up the season is a good thing. And it's
not people, him. Not people, Amorim. Amorim, not people. Rhino ain't doing that. Faz ain't doing that. The manager's doing that, and people are standing by it.
I think Marcel is. I think Marcel's
be negative, bro. Let me fall back, man. Let me fall back.
But you're right, though, because Marcel, when he comes in, he's kind of said, "Let's write off the season, innit?" And I said, "Nah, you can't really do that." Me and Ransford, we're discussing it on Sunday. We're like, "Yo, you can't do that because the way you end this season is gonna tell you a lot about next season as well. Because in adversity, if you lose the first game or the second game of the start of the season, oh shit, what do we do here? Because then we might go on to 2-3 losses and more. And then you need to pick up your team in adversity. So that's why we need to know what you're like right now. You see what I'm trying to say? My thing is, I don't necessarily sense that belief. When I watch that interview, he looked like a broken guy, bro. He looked like he was just done and he just wants wins out of nowhere. But really and truly, he don't really believe in this whole idea of winning the Europa League. He don't. Like you can clearly see it, bro, in his head right now. That's why he's left. He's only got 18-man squad, is it? 18 man, when he could get more than that if he wants to. You know, I know this players are injured, but he's chosen to put 18 man in. And there's more outfield players that could have been in the squad. So there's a lot that the manager now is I feel like he's lacking the belief as well now. Like that video, I don't know if you've seen that video on the training ground, man. I don't know if there's a lot to kind of say about that video. You know what I mean? Where he's on his own and he's just training on his own and the rest of the squad are just kind of doing their own thing. Like, I don't know whether to make all of that, but like, bro, he's an emotional guy, bro.
Like, I don't take it from this, bro. That's a warm up for the.
You know, Saeed loves looking into these things. You know, I don't look at it all this thing.
But he is an emotional guy, bro. He is.
Yeah, but that's one clip, Saeed. That's one clip.
That's the warm up. That's the warm up. That's the warm up.
I look into this stuff, you know. I'm being serious with you because it does affect him. He speaks to him in interviews. He says a lot when he doesn't need to say.
Like, he's definitely not used to speaking this much. Still,
now, bro, he's an emotional guy. You have to look into these things psychologically. He's a young manager who he's clapping back at the wrong things. Like he came at Wayne Rooney for saying about naive. He's come out. I feel like he is like the job is getting to him. You can't say that.
We got to make
sure.
You know what? With sometimes it's like. In life, you get dealt cards in it. So it's what you do with the cards in it. Like, at the end of the day, this guy knew. Like I firmly stand by the point that even though he was approached probably with the sales tactic of we want you to leave your job right now. We don't want to wait until the end of the season for you to try and come in the summer. We want you to come right now. We want you to try and build this project now. And they probably made out like he wasn't going to get the opportunity again as a sales tactic. He would have got the opportunity. We're desperate. Like, we would have gone back to him for the summer. We're so desperate right now for anything at United. I don't know. I can't have that much sympathy sometimes, say, because you knew what you were dealt with. You knew you didn't have a transfer window. You knew you'd get maybe 1 or 2 players in January, and you knew the squad that you were going into, and you knew that you weren't playing Champions League football, and you knew what the previous manager left you with. So it's like, I'm just looking for the man to do something with what he's got in it. Do you know what I mean, Mandem? Like, I feel like, I don't know. I hear what you're saying, Say, when you look at these training ground things and how he's feeling and defeated and all that, but it's like, you got to do better, innit? Like what Danny's saying. I have to agree with what Danny is saying, everything. You got to do better, my friend. Like,
it's a message, bro. You've been telling man about a mythical season that ain't here yet.
You just got to do better.
you're telling me it's not a priority to win the next cup game. And then people will blame football players. That's what bothers me. In that elite environment, you're supposed to be delusional about what you can achieve. You can be realistic at the end of the season when you failed. But in the moment, you're supposed to believe you can do things you can't do. But this manager's the opposite. Don't believe you could. Don't believe that. No, bro, we can't win Europe. But it's not the priority. It's not a big deal. The messaging for weeks has been negative from the manager. And people will defend that. That's my problem. The people, not Rhino, the people who defend that from the manager under the guise of he's honest because they want the manager to be their therapist. That's my problem, bro.
Don't get it twisted, yeah. Don't get it twisted, yeah. There's two things. There's the here and now and what the future can be, and we've got to be careful because sometimes you can be like, sometimes look, I can see him as well. Marcel, before you come in, I do hear what Marcel says, like about we need to get a manager and trust the process and see what it actually plays out as because we can't chop and change forever and ever and ever. I hear that, but still along the way, I need to see. I can't just blindly be like, yeah, man, let me just sit back and not say anything for the next few years.
Or not react to the nonsense that the manager...
Yeah, I have to call out like what I see in it. Do you know what I mean? So I know there's certain men who are managing teams in relegation right now. McKenna would probably do better with the squad. Let's be real now at this moment in time. Would he not? Do you know what I mean? So,
I don't rate him that much, I can't lie.
Yeah, but he would do better than 15th. I'm sure of that. From what I've seen.
Even guide there with it. I'm just about Europa League. I wasn't even guide there with it.
So yeah, Marcel.
So firstly, yo, well gone. Firstly, everyone, big up.
What's good,
Marcel?
What's good, man?
I've got taking paracetamol. I've been struggling with the fasting a little bit at the moment, so it's been a bit difficult. But anyway, so guys, come on. We Danny. Firstly, we used to criticize the previous manager for being delusional about where he's going to go and take us. So well, not you. I'm saying we. I'm conflating it to everyone, not specifically you, but I'm saying the narrative was. So, you know, at the end of the day, that's a weird. Now we've changed the tune now, and we want to build a foundation and consistency. So that's one. We should. You know, what's wrong with him being kind of conservative or very honest at this particular situation? It's very true. Like maybe the priority isn't the Europa League right now, and maybe next season, if you're focusing just on Premier League fixtures, maybe then he gets a time to train the squad. And like you have to look at it from a positive point of view for me, guys. And then secondly, Saeed, what have I just seen? Have you just shown us a training clip? I've come in late, so I'm making a bag of assumptions. You just showed us a training clip showing and trying to like.
No,
that with the fact that he's nervous. That he's nervous.
He is. No, I'm not saying he's nervous. I'm saying it's a guy that's emotionally right now. It's affecting him in this role. He's speaking a lot in interviews. He's saying things that he shouldn't really be saying. Like I can see it in his body language, bro. Like the job is a lot for him.
To be honest, Ruben always used to walk off like that. If you go back to the old videos, he always used to do that little walk.
No, I'm just saying in general. From what I've seen right now, the job is getting to the manager. That's what I'm saying to you.
Is that all right? You know what's happening here? Do you know what's happening here?
From the training clip.
Is that okay, it's okay to be like that, though, isn't it?
No, can I be real? Can I be real? This is Faz's fault. Because I've seen the videos that Faz is posting at United, like with his little analytical approach about Casemiro coming on for 2 minutes and it means this and this conspiracy thing. You've been spending too much time with Faz. Do you know what I mean? For you to look at the training ground clip.
Listen, when the manager, honestly, if you watch the interview there, man, he does look like he's kind of not run out of ideas, but he looks like he's broken, bro.
Yeah, he's been cooked for a few weeks, bruv. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Like this kicking this invisible can down the road in training thing, is weird. I'll be real, it's weird, and the reason why I say it's weird is because, bro, even if you've got someone else warming up the team, as the manager, usually at least you're looking at it because you're seeing, who's training well, who's warming up. You're engaged. My man was just kicking some can down the road, like on the other side, bro, completely just despondent, bro. Like that's not a bro that's enjoying his job. I don't care what no one says.
That's it. It's simple.
Because the enthusiasm is not there no more. No, but bro, the enthusiasm that he had at the beginning is not there, bro. Like everyone's saying the bro's.
Why from that little clip though? From that small clip,
bro. It's not, bro. Listen, you can only react to what you see in it, and this is the start of training, bro. Like I've taken enough training sessions to know when this was. This was definitely the start of training, when the fitness coaches would have been warming everyone up, bro, and you would have your plan for the session in your head, and man just looked like he did not want to be there, innit? And it's one of them ones where even when he speaks now, he's speaking like he don't want to be there. As soon as man start putting out things like, we want to win the league here and it might not be with me. As soon as you start putting shit like that out there, you're cooked.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
As soon as you start,
you see what I'm trying to say?
As soon as you start saying stuff like that, you've opened yourself up now,
Can't say that
for
still.
criticism and for people to analyze everything that you do now, because you've opened the portal to all the doubt and the negativity, because you're showing me that you're doubting yourself already, and
don't even know whether you're going to be here still.
Bro, how can I have confidence in someone that don't have confidence in themselves?
He doesn't even know how. Yeah, that's true. Marcel, you can't defend that one. That one's mad.
Hey, listen,
he's opened the door, and
we are allowed, Marcel. We are allowed to interpret it any way we like, because if he never said anything, there would be nothing to interpret. This is my thing, brother.
No, we're saying the exact same point, bro. I'm saying when you interpret it, you're interpreting it in a negative way. I'm saying it can also, that kicking down the road it could have been like, I wish I was training with the Mandem. I want, and he's pretending to kick a ball in the middle of the grass in the pitch.
Or he could have been over there and just kicked a real football because he's the manager.
No, but like you said,
Pep on the sidelines doing kick-ups, bro. He's allowed to kick the balls, you know.
Yeah, I know. I've seen Ten Hag do it as well.
But he's allowed. He's
allowed. But maybe this manager doesn't want to. Ole never really used to join in. He used to just chill.
Bro, but this is the point. The point is, you see the same way we've all got different interpretations. You think that the players as human beings don't all have different interpretations of the shit that he's saying in the press conferences?
Yeah, but he wants half of them gonzo rants. He wants half of them gonzo rants. Half of these players don't see his profiles.
It doesn't matter. They still need to play for him between now and the end of the season.
Or positive here, man. I don't see a negative or positive. Like Pep be in the corner doing imaginary patterns of play in his mind, kicking the football. I don't. There's no. It's that clip is nothing to me. The press conferences is enough. That is enough. That's enough rants. Like what he's saying out of his mouth is more than enough. I don't need that training clip.
But what I'm interpreting from that clip here is more because of what we've heard him say. If this guy was saying, if he was saying all the right things, and we are playing good football and winning, no one gives a fuck about that clip. Do you know what I'm saying? He's given that clip a bit
more ammunition.
Yeah, more ammunition, and he's giving it a bit of context because he's spiraling right now.
No, but Rance is giving you the realest.
No, he's firing shots at Rooney. He's flipping. He's talking about Anthony when he don't need to talk about Anthony like that in the depth he needed to. He didn't need to go into the depth of well, it's the intensity and that. He's basically trying to cover his own ass because he let a player go and they're doing well. Like, you don't need to explain yourself. You're over explaining shit. Do you know what I mean? Like, you didn't need to go into that. You could have just said, listen, he's getting minutes. He's a Man United player. It's good to see him doing well, bruv. Like, that's it. Like, man, don't need to go into all of this context.
But then Rats, he's secretly always been over-explaining to. He's always been like that, though.
But
I'm not saying that he's not losing himself, but he has always been like this.
But bro, that's not a good thing, bro. It's not a good thing.
It's a great thing for us, man.
No, it's not.
It's not, bro.
You do not inspire confidence from an over-emotional brother.
You can't rewrite, that what football is about. You see press conferences. They're about controlling the narrative and controlling that room. And he doesn't control that room. You can do all the mental gymnastics you want. Yeah. If you need to go in that room and lie, you lie. If you need to bat away a question, you bat it away. Otherwise, what's the point of a press conference? Why do people change the rules of football to suit one coach? It's weird, Marcel. I'll be honest with you. You're doing too much, bro.
We used to complain about everything that you're talking about. When people used to lie, you used to say this, that, this, that, this, and that.
I don't
you want the concuss. It's so mad.
You are the concuss. You can't debate me. You can't debate me like I'm the timeline. Yeah? Stop doing that. Debate me directly. Debate Rhino directly. I'm not the timeline, bro. Fans say all types of stupid shit. We're having a proper conversation.
So you want people to lie? I'm gonna hold you to that.
We know what press
you are the timeline. You are the president on this timeline on my time.
The press conference.
What we'll do is we'll keep you to that. We'll keep you to that energy.
Marcel, we know what
to lie.
Marcel, I get it, Marcel.
That's what you're saying, bro.
Bro, we know what the press conference is about. And this thing, yes, he's honest. I acknowledge he's very honest. But it's to his detriment. If you care about him and want him to do well, you should be concerned about how he's spiraling and the messages he's sending, bro. You need to be objective about it. You can't be positive about everything because you like the manager. That's my issue, bro.
The message he's sending is Anthony is not good enough in this league and is better suited to a next league.
Do you think that was necessary in a time where you're losing and you've got other things to worry about. You got energy for the wrong things. You don't want to win trophies, but you got energy to talk about Anthony.
Exactly. Exactly.
Who are we right now to dictate to him how and when he speaks out of his mouth about what and how he speaks about? It doesn't make any sense.
No, we're allowed to have. We're allowed to have an opinion on how he's running the football club because we're the fucking fans of the football club.
Yeah, I hear that. Yeah, but you're saying it's wrong. You're condemning him for it.
Marcel, where I agree with Marcel is that the narrative is, the general narrative is, oh, you know, why did he let Anthony go, whatever. So him explaining, you know what, Anthony suits better. I think it's good. I think that specific part doesn't worry me. It don't worry me because at least it shows that his competence as to why he let him go, and that to him it wasn't a mistake, innit? You know what I mean?
If I believe in something I've done, I'm not explaining myself to you. How about that?
All right.
How about
you're not Ruben. Ruben chats.
That's in Rance world. Rance doesn't speak to 1 in 8 billion people in the planet.
He's already had his Ten Hag moment. Remember when they said to Ten Hag, when Ten Hag gave out some generic stats about Garnacho that he didn't have to do, and they checked him. Actually, Garnacho hasn't scored that many. Like, that's why you have to control the room. I'm talking about how managers should behave in press conference, not just Man United, in general.
Yeah.
You have to control your environment. You have to control. Those guys are not your friends. They're the enemy.
Yeah.
Fergie knew they were the enemy and checked them at every step. For example, Rhino, there was a moment before the Europa League game, the last one, he literally said, no Rashford questions. Guess what he ended up doing? Over talking about Rashford. You don't have control of the room. So what does that tell me about you and your skill set for the things I don't see? It gives me a window to peek through and say, you're probably not controlling that environment either. Perception matters, bro.
That's a good point.
Whether Marcel likes it or not, perception matters. And when you
Marcel, that's a good point. That's a good point, Marcel.
And when you have
I'm interested to see what you think, what your response is to that, because I think that's a very good point. I agree.
Yeah, bad perception and bad results, a recipe for disaster. But we see this in football a million times. It's a recipe for disaster. I don't know how Marcel defends it, bro. It's baffling.
Bro, he's opened up the door for all of this criticism. Even the situation with Garnacho, yeah. Remember, the manager said, oh, this, that, and the other, you're going to compare it to Rashford. He said, I'm going to deal with it, and then I'll get back to you. Like, bruv, you don't need to explain yourself to these men, bro. Like, I just said, listen, yeah, I deal with it in-house, innit? That's it. Man's not getting back to you and telling you nothing and then explaining shit to you. You're the media. I don't work for you.
Exactly.
You know, like that. Like, this is what it is. I don't need to explain or that Garnacho's buying man lunch and that. Man don't need to explain none of that to you. It's dealt with internally. If man asks me another question, it's been dealt with internally. It's been dealt with internally.
The actual one was not needed about the physicality. That bit there.
I don't mind that, man. I don't mind that.
I agreed with him.
I don't mind that.
I agreed with him.
But there's still a time and a place for that.
Did he have to say it? And it's not just that; it's the collection of comments over weeks, bro. The whole picture looks negative. Why is the manager projecting negativity and Marcel saying, well, he's being realistic and honest? That's not your job, rude boy. Your job is to convince those players of delusion. Make them think
to make us believe and to make them believe.
Get rid, bro. That's the point of the job. Every manager has the same job. Convince these guys they're it, even when they're not. That's the job. No one can argue. No one can argue otherwise and tell me that's not the job. What the what?
Brother, you're the manager. You're the general. Imagine you're going out to war, a man standing up front saying, guys,
you men are gonna die
today. You men are gonna die today, but safe, innit? You know?
Yeah, but Rats, maybe he knows he's going in the bunker and then them men are getting grenaded, so he's calm.
Even if he knows that, he has to give them an inspirational speech to rile everyone up and talk to them about their families at home, knowing that they're not going to see them again, but you still need to give the speech. Do you know what I'm saying? You can't just say, you know what, half of you, man, ain't seeing your kids again. Do you know what I'm saying? You lot have fun out there.
You're right. You're the bad films where the guy's like, yo, you're all going to die, but give him hell. Like, what do you mean, Ruben?
But the thing is, all of this is being said because we're not winning games, and that's all it is. Even if we scammed wins, none of you would have been picking on these little things in the press conference.
At the end of the day,
at the end of the day, the guy is dealing with the squad. Even if the squad is good enough, you still got a lot of dosses in the squad and a lot of players that are just now literally cruising. You've got players that you don't know what the return date is. Do you know what I'm saying? People have torn ACL, repaired it, and are scheduled to come back. And we've got players that have no date of return. The overall organization, the way it's being run, and these things come from above the manager. Do you know what I'm saying? These cultural things have to come above the manager. And the fact that the manager's having to not just deal, but be in the midst of all of this only tells you how much kind of deflated he is. I hear Rand say that, oh, you know, he's cooked and this, that. Maybe he is, but also from a managerial perspective, from a working perspective, he might just be deflated. He might just be very deflated that, you know, yeah, he's made some bad decisions. He's maybe made some bad points in the press conference, and it's just got to him. And it's a learning process. Am I giving him a bit too much grace? And am I giving him a bit too much space?
Yeah, you
No.
are.
Maybe.
Guys,
Listen,
no,
maybe
you're not,
I
Ram.
am,
No, you're not,
Man
Faz.
United-
Guys,
Hold on.
Guys, when you're the leader, you can be deflated. You're not allowed to show everything.
I get it.
Exactly.
You want
You're
to
not
do
allowed.
300.
Exactly.
You know what's
you wanna
mad?
do a
He's not the
soldier
leader.
and all of
He's
this
not
is
the
cool.
actual
But
leader. That's
just
the
like
maddest
you
thing about
said,
this.
just like you said, the players can see him and the players are human beings and they'll react. He is also a human being, and he may also react based on the mistakes that he's made and based on everything that's going on. He knows more than anyone that he's only got an 18-month contract, so he's got to make things work. He knows himself, and his agents know that if shit doesn't work, it looks bad on his CV more than anything. Look at Eric Ten Hag now. Do you know what I'm saying? Getting linked with Red Bull clubs and all of that. Where's the big clubs linking him up? Do you know what I'm saying? So he knows, he's fully aware. Even the fact what Danny said, coming 3 positions above will give us an extra 10 mil, which is probably more, actually, factually more than what we'd get from the Europa League. So he's understood of all of this. But I have to give him a huge amount of credit for having huge amount of balls to deal with certain things in the club. You know, benching big name players, banishing them from the team. Whether you think that is right or wrong, is still something that we wanted to see. And he has done that. He
And
has
the
made
answer was-
changes. He's made actions in the team, delayed, but he has. Eric did not do this, bro. Eric did not start Ahmad. Eric did not play Bruno in the 8. Do you know what I'm saying? Eric did not.
He played him in the 6.
Eric would not look at Xerxes the way he is. 100%. He's delayed with playing Xerxes more minutes. 100%. But at this point, he's been forced to do it. And that's the nature of the game. If he's been forced to do it and he's doing it, and Xerxes is actually balling now, he's one of our better players, one of our best players, he's going to see that. If now going forward, he doesn't play Xerxes enough, then we can say, yo, that's another mistake you're making. You've seen how Xerxes been playing. Why are you not doing it? When Anthony came on with Ahmad, people are so begging for a win and a bit of forward attack that they want to wipe off everything that Anthony did previously and say, oh, Anthony can do better under this manager. We not forgot, bro. Anthony was defending for Southampton. Let's not forget he was missing empty net against Southampton. But all of a sudden now he's Betis' favorite player.
That wasn't the
Betis'
argument. It was
best player.
profile. It was
You know what I'm
profile.
saying?
That was the argument.
If
It was profile.
if the manager doesn't like Anthony, fair enough. If Anthony goes and balls out, that is on the manager. That's, you know, that the manager called and whatever. He has to make it work with the players he has. And the fact is, if he doesn't go through in the Europa and if he finishes 10th or whatever position, what else can we do other than the fact that the club by default need to replace players with or without him? We could go and get Sam Allardyce. We can go and get anyone. The fact is that Man United need to replace 7 to 8 players by default. So why are we going to criticize and hold him accountable when
where's
these
the balance
7, 8
then?
players
You have
are
to- you
going
have
to
to
leave
balance,
anyways?
bro.
Where's the
Survive.
balance then? So where's the
Well, the
balance then?
balance is he started in the middle of the season. I don't think we've had.
He
but
started
where's
in
the
the middle.
balance?
He's
Marcel,
never
let me answer
employed
the
a manager.
And Marcel,
Hold
yeah,
on,
he's
hold
not.
on.
Where's the
Marcel,
balance?
Never
Hold on,
employed
Marcel.
a
it's a
manager
very
with
easy
his
way
Marcel,
to answer this.
Marcel,
Hold on.
he's not the first manager
France-
in the history of football to
He's
start
not,
in the middle of the season.
Rance.
We've seen it many times, bruv.
Yeah, but
He's
under
not,
Manchester
he's
United
not.
Football Club rants, he might
He's the
be.
first one ever.
Bruv, he's doing worse than Ralph. What are you talking about?
No,
He's
but
not.
Ralph was not an official manager for us.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that's
That's
showing
what I'm
the
saying.
worst.
The first official manager to be in the situation.
But he's working with 8 players who knew they have to leave Man United before he came to Manchester United, bro.
Come
Yeah,
on.
but where's the
He's
balance,
working
man?
with
Then
players.
you can't lose every game and you still make that excuse. Where is the balance?
No, but Leon, do you know what it is as well for me? Do you know?
This was a
There's no
write-off
standards in
season.
this chat.
Mandem,
Go on, carry on.
you lot
Balance was
thought,
that
okay,
this
let me
season
give
was
you,
a
hold on,
write-off
hold on.
One at a time, one at a time, one at a time.
Stop. You lot saw firsthand Man United set pieces were diabolical. Guess what? Last few games we've been scoring from set pieces.
Yeah, because of one player.
Yeah, but where's the open play?
Well, oh, Mr. Danny, Mr. Devil in the detail. Don't want to
And
look
you
at the
hate that
detail.
player.
That Manchester
And you hate
United
that
are not
player.
Man said
scoring.
we're
And you
Arsenal.
hate that player. And you hate on him.
Wow.
and you hate him.
Details don't exist
Why
now.
are you bringing it up when you hate Bruno?
Details don't exist now because it's one man scoring. Well,
This guy was asking for stats on Garnacho and Hoyland when he hates Bruno and hates
Now we want to go on to the Bruno Fernandes.
I think you should be quiet.
Now we want to go on to the
I think you should be quiet. Shout out to Farrakhan. You should keep
If
quiet.
our time, yeah, let's calm
Yeah,
down,
he's got a 24% win rate. He's got a 24% win rate. You know what I mean?
Who?
The manager right now. Amorim.
So I'm the manager. You know what? Faz was saying a lot of things that generically make sense. Then he landed with the most nastiest thing that got Marcel with his pom poms out. It's not the manager's, it's not the manager's responsibility. What? Yo, he took over in November after 12 Premier League. That's not even half of the season.
Trust me.
And that's to say, he wasn't halfway through.
By the end of the season, he would have managed 40 games. And I've got to hear this nonsense from Marcel and Faz. There's no accountability, no responsibility. Okay.
No,
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say.
The
I don't
fact
know what
is,
to say
Danny,
at this point, bro.
Danny,
I don't know what to
you're
say,
right.
bro.
I will say you're right. Playing Kobe in the false nine, diabolical. One of the biggest mistakes I've ever seen. I think bigger than probably 10. Specifically because this particular example didn't work. Eric did some mad things and it worked for him. Fair enough. Also, playing Dorgu on the wrong side. But look at the information. The manager changes. Next game, he played Dorgu on the left
It's
side.
deeper than that. I'll give you an example, yeah? You know when he dropped Garnacho, he dropped him 5 games too late and then continued it for 12, 15 more matches for Hoyland.
Yes.
There's other things you can point to, bro.
Yes.
You've got a clear sample size before injuries that Ahmad's better at wing back. So I have to admit I'm wrong. But the manager can't admit he's wrong and put him back there. There's multiple things, bro. Mazraoui at right centre back. There's multiple things. You're playing with a 3-4-3, and what works for you is putting your 10 on the touchline. Why are you playing a 3-4-3 then?
Yep.
Why are you playing 4-3-3?
No, I agree.
That defeats the whole purpose
I
of
agree.
the system that Marcel wants to convince me makes sense. That's not. There's no point of a 3-4-3 if your 10 has to be on a touchline. You might as well play 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1. Other formations you can do where you benefit from that.
I agree. Also the way he's dealt with the squad. Listen, also the way he's dealt with the squad, I find it a bit awkward because I do understand why he's got rid of Marcus Rashford. But then I would say, you know, with Anthony, he doesn't have the behavioral issues, he doesn't have the disciplinary issues. He trains hard, he works hard on the pitch. Why did you banish him? And if you say the physicality aspect,
It's a Portuguese thing, man.
He's doing the exact same thing that Ten Hag did with Sancho and Rashford.
Yes,
they've got Sancho. Put your foot. He's having problems with Garnacho.
Yes,
why not?
But he's not doing the same.
Garnacho's clearly a problem.
Yep.
You got rid of one guy and you put your faith in a guy with less pedigree and less track record.
Yep.
Big up Marcel, to be fair. It's the one time we big up Marcel on the stream. Marcel spoke about Garnacho having a problem 2 years ago, and people told him not to speak about it. No.
Yes.
What was that?
You were one of the leading people. Marcel said that Garnacho went on the steps and he threw his socks and his shin pads.
Yeah,
and that is going to be a problem in the future.
But the point is that
don't make a big deal.
Faz, don't lie. Faz, why are you lying on me, bro?
Saeed is an enabler. Don't let him enable, man.
Okay, Saeed, I'm about me.
Let's see. Let him talk about what he does.
Go on, the point is, Faz, he's got rid of one guy, and now he has problems with another guy. It's bad squad management, bad man management. I've seen
it's not bad squad management. Let me tell you why you still need to believe in this manager on this kind of situation. The situation with the 25 players within the squad, because I was a person that's saying let's get rid of Garnacho. I think we've all been saying it for this season. Yeah. He's not the right profile and he doesn't suit the squad, so he needs to leave. But he's keeping him because he's the only one giving something right now out of the 25 players that are there. So he has to force him to he also has to alter his system because he doesn't want Garnacho in the wide areas. But it's all that's the only functioning way Garnacho can play football. He's like a fixed left winger, an ultra left winger.
Yeah, well then you change the system so when you have players or you drop him, one or the other. You don't do some but
the issue, I agree with you, Rance. But the issue is with that dropping him is that you got mess to pick from. When Garnacho's actually giving you something, that's why you even decide to keep him in the mad predicament that you're in. January window. So it's like, okay, no, I have to keep him and suffer and push through to the rest of the season. It's the difficulty of we're getting on to him about Ahmad. I said to you lot at the beginning, Ahmad is the best right wing back in the world. That's what I was saying. And what I'm trying to say by that is this is the best. This is what it looks like to play right wing back for Manchester United right now. But there's nobody else that can do that. But he's also doing well. So then you play him in his position. But then he doesn't do well. He's jigging. He's jogging right now, guys. He's trying to make something work. That's all it is.
And this is why I agree with. And this is why, Marcel, this is why I'm kind of in the middle, like, because at the end of the day, I get onto Ruben because he's done some stupid things, and I'm worried about how safe his job is, innit? But because of the positive things that he's done, I know they might not be as big as the negative. They might not be some, like, for example, Danny might look at it and say, no, but the negative is too big. You feel me? But I just feel like there's still steps that I want to allow a bigger sample size. You know, when the summer window comes,
the problems are too big, Rhino. That's what it is. That's
there's so much happening. Yeah. That's why I just feel like I need to see what I want.
Yeah, you know what? You man are not.
Rhino, that's the game. The game's
yeah.
You man are not. You man are not wrong for thinking that.
And part of the game is when you're going through a mad thing, learn to sit in the mud. When you're on your lowest point, just
but you know what it is, Marcel. Marcel, think about it. Yeah, think about it. Yeah, for any logical business, yeah, you might let a manager.
Not a logical business. We're in billion interest and billion debt. There's
cool. So for any business and people trying to make smarter decisions, when you're trying to get out of that mud, you need to also give someone the responsibility. So give him the keys, but then at the same time, you need to see, is he managing the car that well? Is he actually, do you know what I mean, steering it in the right direction? Is he making the right decisions for the engine, for the interiors and stuff? If it's all not the right decisions, you still have to have the possibility in your head that we may have hired the wrong manager. You still have that in your head.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? I personally don't think that the process that you're looking for, they'll even bother giving him time if you don't get results. I think they'll axe him way before they build a squad for him. Because it's easier for them to just go, chop that, don't want to spend the money on
Leon, what about what you said before when you felt like you remember you made a statement quite a few months back when you were saying that from your perspective, it could be a thing where he knows what's going on and he's just basically kind of just riding it out kind of thing. What's made you change from that opinion?
No, I'm in two minds. I feel like the longer the season goes on, it's told me that he was told that this season is a write-off by them upstairs. That's what it seems like to me. But at the same time, I don't know. I feel like a part of him is thinking, F this, I might just dip from this thing and just go back to Sporting and rebuild again and go get a different job. Yeah. So I think he's in a kind of like a win-win scenario. Saeed, what are you going to say, Saeed?
No, he is. I think Sporting would have him back.
I don't think he's bothered if it works out or not. If I'm being honest.
Because he said it though. He goes, I might not be the guy to win the Premier League. I might not be the guy that can turn it around.
That comment is crazy, man.
He's admitted this, guys. He's admitted that he could be sacked. He's admitted that, he's admitted a lot of things, man.
Is that a bad thing, though, Saeed? Is that a bad thing?
Yeah. In elite sport,
there could be sacked is not a bad thing, but saying that it might not be me is a bit mad. Can't say that.
Rhino, it's not a big match. Like, we're talking about elite sports, bro. I don't care if this is basketball, NFL, on an individual level, tennis, and that's your trainer. There's certain things, even if you're thinking them, you do not say.
Yeah. You do not.
There's an impact. There's an impact of your words. Words are power. Yeah, we're African. We know words are power. So you can't. There's certain things you keep it to yourself. You tell your coaches that. You ain't got to tell us, and you don't tell your players. How are they supposed to fight for you? Go through the mud with you? It's 18 people. It's difficult, bro. None of this is fair and easy. Man. It's just the game. It's difficult to galvanize a group, but most players who are successful tell you about the managers. That guy made me think I was better than I was. That's the game. That's the blueprint.
That's true.
There's no escaping that fact. You can appreciate the honesty and at the same time recognize how things are supposed to be done. He's honest. I acknowledge he's honest. That's great. But there's certain things you're doing that you should not be doing, and that's a bigger problem when you're losing, bro. I always said when you're winning football matches, bro, you can paint the brush how you want to.
Facts.
But you're not winning.
Because the thing is, when
in the Rio interview, man pretty much said, right, like, I don't know, like, we're losing. I don't know what to do, blood. He pretty much said, I don't know how to change it, bro. Man was like, oh, how do you change? Man was like, I don't know. Like, he pretty much just said, I don't know what to do, bro. Like, brother, imagine you were watching your manager sit there and say, yo, we're losing.
I don't know,
I don't know how to turn it around.
You're right. But,
No, that's
but
completely
people
fine,
ask
Rant.
me
Because
things,
I understand
bro.
why.
Right, when I don't know rants, you know what I do? Because I'm my son's leaders, bro.
Yeah.
I'll lie to them, bro.
Of course,
You have to
I
hold,
rarely
yeah.
tell them I don't know.
Man said
I
he
rarely
lied to you.
tell them I don't know.
bruv, your kids are not asking you stuff, but they don't want the truth. They want to answer.
They wanna
You know
answer,
them.
bro.
They want to answer, bro. They don't want the truth. They just want to hear something.
Do you know what it is? Yeah,
Nah,
part
nah,
of me,
that's the
I don't
ego
know.
speaking. That's the ego
You might- I wanna-
speaking. Sometimes in
I want to
life,
hear.
Not the
it's
ego. Do you
sometimes
know
in
why,
life you
Marcel?
tell them.
Because he could just say, Marcel, we're working on it.
Yeah.
I hear that, but
Do you know what it is though, Marcel? Marcel, where I agree with you though.
If you follow all the rhetoric on profiles, I know for a fact he's been speaking on the fact that these are not the profiles suited to his system. And once he puts X and Y profiles out that 25-man squad, the way his system operates is completely different. So maybe he's just being very honest that, okay, well, with this selection of 25 people and their set of profiles and my system all encompassed together, well, there's not much we can do here. So I'm waiting. And I'm trying to, like, he needs to be more brave, adding more.
That's the one I want. Man. I want that myself. The bravery.
I've been screaming for this, Saeed. Like,
bravery is what we need
to bring them up. That's new types of profiles into a system. Yes, they're going to be, lesser quality, and it's going to be a teething period. But it's something that we're going to get excited about. But he has to focus on that. But he's been very honest with these selection of senior pros, a Lindelof senior pro, and all of these kind of senior pros, a Luke Shaw one, a Mason. Oh, I don't know. Well, nobody knows because we've seen that over X amount of years. So it's like he needs to be able to go into the market and get new players. They're going to give him more money.
Yo, big up people. Ramadan Mubarak, big up everybody.
Big up Nuruddin, man.
Enjoying the iftar. Big up everybody.
Big
Fans of the Mandem. Listen, it's refreshing to get honesty. I'm one of those people. Rants and Danny and some of you guys want people to lie. Nah, mate, give me the honesty. So we're gonna die, Rants, and you tell me, listen, we're gonna die. I don't need you to tell me. I don't need you to give me Jackie Downey stories, man.
But you might not die, bro.
Yo,
you know what I'm saying?
That's
but
what
now
I'm saying.
Put it in your head. You're more likely to die now because you know what? The caution is gonna get you killed, blood.
Yo, we're gonna die anyway. Things guaranteed. We're gonna die anyway. So take me. You know what? Be truthful. Be honest. So I know where I stand. But when I look at Amorim, to be fair, and the aspects of it, when you look outside of it, when we take the emotion out of it, that one mentioned happened, I feel bad for the man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel sorry. He is a honest person, to be fair. That's what he's well known in Portugal. And that's the thing majority of Sporting Lisbon fans have always said. He's very direct and he's very honest. Now, is he the man, for me, what hurts, but what I feel bad about him for, all the problems at Manchester United, and there are many, all of the big problems at Manchester United, he's the one that is every week being put in front of the media. I'm like, listen, Ineos explained to us, it's a football structure. He's just a first team coach. Why none of you coming out? To me, the rest of them are cowards. Now, Danny was talking about him being a coward, yeah. I actually think he's the opposite. He's not a coward. He's got a lot more courage, but the rest of them are not, none of them come out to go and explain things about where we're at. So it's up to him, like he's coming out, and he's almost kind of like, he doesn't understand the thing that what we know, and I said it the same thing about Rance and Danny and everybody else. He doesn't understand about the British media, innit? He doesn't understand. He thinks these are like maybe the Portuguese press, the way
like his boys
culturally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Here to help you.
No.
That's what I'm saying. In Portugal, maybe they're just direct, they like the honesty, whatever. Here, people are vultures. They eat off Manchester United. They literally send their kids to universities because of Manchester United. Like, they literally feast off Manchester United. So it's a different thing. And also the deep historical heritage in it, like, and the hatred of what Manchester United are. But when I look at him, I'm like, he's thrown to the wolves. When Ineos told us they're hiring a first team coach and not a manager, why is he getting dashed out? Doing every interview, why don't people just come out? Why don't we hear from Wilcox? Why we never hear from Omar Dodgy Dave Barada? We don't want to hear from him. And before United fans let him know what time it is, when Jim's like, photo, they're like, no, 66 quid, you're taking the absolute piss, mate. He's like, you don't want to do interviews anymore. You don't hear any sound bites from him. You don't want to hear anything from him. So for me, I can look at it from both ends. Is he, the thing that he's in control of, is that working out for him? No, it's not. It's not. It's blatant. I don't believe in sacking coaches, and I think bringing him this season was a mistake. I genuinely think that it was a mistake. When the club knew, the hierarchy knew that there's the system that they want him because of the system that he plays and the way he plays football. But then they don't have the players that are compatible with him. And then they leave him out to dry in January. And then he has to come out and answer everything about every aspect of Manchester United. He comes out and says, yeah, it's about, I mean, when he was coming out saying, yeah, it's the players and it's me that people are getting sacked. No, shut up, man. Listen, nobody asking you about it. You just got here yesterday. Like, don't get involved in these things. So
the heel, the heel.
Yeah, he's getting himself involved in every aspect of Manchester United. And I personally believe he should not have to deal with it. Because Ineos told me when they came in that he was a first-team coach, not a manager.
It's part of his job description, though.
Listen, I understand that about what the football is, not all aspects of every question about the whole thing about Manchester United. That what we are now, people, the chicken to Jerusalem people for a long, long time. So for me, I'm not sad because I'm devastated when I come out of the stadium and I'm watching shit. The biggest thing I'm devastated about is when I go and I just see people that they're not even doing the basic things. When I see footballers on a football pitch, they're not even doing the basic things.
Yeah.
But in terms of Manchester United crumbling, nah, mate. I've been warning about this. And people have been telling me, you're too negative, you're this and that. So I wanted to implode. Genuinely, I'm gutted we were not in a relegation zone. I am absolutely devastated. If you want me to be honest, that's what I'm devastated about. That Manchester United are not in a relegation zone. And yes, when he came out yesterday and said, after Europa, I'm like, yes. Tell it. No, mate. Nobody's papering over no cracks, mate. Winning Europa, recovering this. No. But I'm the guy in it. I'm the guy that you tell, we're going to die, Nuruddin. And I'm like, yo, let's just take out how many people we can on our way out. And let's burn down the building. That's not the kind of guy I am. That's the
No, I'm with you. I'm right there with you, Nuruddin, bro. I'm with you there.
Structure, that's the problem. You don't want to take nobody out. He's like, we're going to suffer. Not make them
We're
suffer.
all gonna die. Fuck it.
We're all gonna die is what he's saying with no one else suffering. That's what he's telling you, bro. You're not the same. You're not the same, man.
Yeah, nah, his thing, he's moving mad. I'll be real, nerd. I understand what you're saying. I completely understand. Like, I'm not judging the manager off the field as much as I'm judging him on the field. The point is, yeah, he's a coward on the field. This guy plays with six to seven defenders every week, yeah. And tries to con us into believing that he wants to score goals. He don't want to score goals. He sets up here to not lose. And, bruv, we've conceded the first goal in the last 18 games, blood. We haven't scored in the first half. So, what is this guy selling us, bro? Like, even when people are saying, oh, it's the players and that, bro. Even with all the players that he has, this guy never has more than about 4 attackers on at once, bro. And how are we trying to win games, bro? Like, the guy is the most defensive manager we've ever seen. And remember, we've had Jose Mourinho. We've had Jose Mourinho, and Jose wasn't this negative, bro. This guy, yeah, is not playing like a manager that wants to win games. He's playing like a manager that's afraid to lose games. And he's still losing them.
It's deep.
That's the thing, though. That's the thing.
Right, it's
He's still losing. My thing is
his tactics are just bad, bro. And you're giving him too much credit. You don't intend to. Sometimes it's 3 attackers or 2 because Bruno's in midfield.
Yeah,
it's not even 4 attackers, bro.
I think it's the application of what we do, though.
If you want to be negative, there's ways to do it. You don't even do that right. He's just bad tactically. That first half in the FA Cup game, bro. I went to the car wash at half time, rude boy. I went and got my car washed.
I hear it, Danny. I hear it.
I was thinking about it during the game anyway. I was like, might as well, bro, because this is poor. Like, the way he sets up, I'll give you an example. Yeah, you play, like, why are you playing? Every formation on paper has benefits. And if a guy's a good coach doing good work, he'll show you the benefits so you can say, you know what, we need better players. He's not showing you that. You play a 3-4-3, but you defend in a 5-2-3. Or you defend in a 5-2-1-2. Yeah? So you're saying to the opposition, lure out my wing back, lure out my centre back, my wide one, and lure them out my fielders. It's poor. It's poor. You're saying to the opposition, play with us how you like. And whenever we lose the football, there's never an outlet. Ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
He's useless.
Now he's gone to the 2. Xerxes and Hoyland are always marked. Predictable.
And they have to drop so deep.
If people know where you're going to be, you don't offer a threat in behind. You don't stretch the play. We're playing with wing backs. Do we stretch the play?
No. not opposite movements.
Yeah.
No double movements.
You think the Europa
No
League could
opposite
suit us though?
movements.
In the fact that it's not as maybe.
I think the only thing that suits us
I
in the
just want
Europa
to say
League
one thing about
is
what
that
Danny
it's...
said. I just want to say one thing quickly.
Yeah,
Right?
go on.
Yeah,
The
go on.
biggest thing for me is that I feel like the club's throwing the on the club has thrown Amorim under the bus.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that. Yeah.
I'm telling you, I swear to God, I think they're throwing him under the bus, and in turn, he's returning it kindly and throwing the players under the bus.
It's worse than that structure, because you said that they knew that the club didn't suit 3-4-3. Not true. There are reports coming out from the Times, Telegraph, and Athletic a month before he got hired. People within the club, mainly Jason Wilcox, who fans let off because his name's not John Murtagh, he's the one that's probably convinced Omar Barada this squad's a 3-4-3 squad. That noise was coming out before Amorim was hired. I don't believe in coincidences. I'm too superstitious to believe in coincidences. So if you're reporting that a month before a new manager comes in and it's a 3-4-3 coach, there's people within that believed he was going to get more out of these players. And that was the report when he was hired. They're expecting more. All this
Gary
stuff
Neville
about
was saying that as well. Remember Gary Neville?
Forget Gary Neville,
was saying
bro.
that
I'm
as well,
talking
and I
about
found
what was
that
reported. All this stuff about tanking has only come after bad results. So that tells me we've got the wrong manager and we've got a board that's reactive and now more concerned with, oh, what does it look like if we sack another coach? That should never be your thinking, what it looks like. Your thinking should be, have we made the right decision? If we haven't, we need to sack this guy, like you did with your sporting director. And by the way, that is the moment anybody should have had no faith in Ineos. All that chasing for Ashworth, the moment they sacked him, you should be concerned about the hiring of Omar and Jason Wilcox. Straight away. You should be questioning straight away. Just because they worked at City, City a world oil machine. Anyone can fit in over there. And those guys weren't the main people. And they weren't the main. It's not like we didn't get Serrano. We didn't get Tiki Bergestan. We didn't get the main guys. We got the support cast. Do you know what I'm saying to you?
I'm still happy with that though, them two. I'm still happy with them two, but they still need to prove themselves, isn't it?
The jury's out.
I'm
bro.
still happy in the direction of the fact.
Rhino, I swear
No,
to
but
you know what Rhino said. You know what Rhino is? Rhino, it's that everybody's dead, taking out in battle. The trenches have been clear. Rhino's still saying, you know what, my brethren and Mandem are still there. I've still got hope.
Nah, do you know what it is? Do you know it is?
No,
Nuruddin, do you know what it is, yeah?
They've all gone, bro. They've gone.
Nah, Nuruddin, what it is for me is that I'm still looking at what he was before these guys came in it. Like, we had nobody of, if you want to call the structure profiling, we didn't have the right profiles in the structure above the players. So now I'm starting to see.
We had the same profile.
Nah, bro.
Yes, factually, bro.
Omar Barada has still come from something that you can look back and say, okay, you know what?
Exactly.
This guy should know what he's doing. So we need to see what Guan.
But Rhino,
you get me?
This is my issue. And when they were trying to get onto Saeed on Twitter, I was trying to defend him. You guys have been fed a lie, right? So Omar Barada has no more of a football background than Arnold or Woodward. He worked in business at Barcelona, came to City to work in marketing. Then in the last 3-4 seasons, assisted in negotiations, supervised by the actual CEO, Serrano. He was supervised by a well-oiled machine. He didn't lead anything. He didn't create anything. He was supervised. Jason Wilcox was
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, I'm not saying there's anything wrong. I'm just giving you the reality. So it's no different than Woodward or Arnold being asked Man United to lead, and then they start leading. On paper, it's the same CV. If you're a recruiter, you're a manager. So it's the same CV. It's no different. That's like an artist who's only
I disagree.
As Man City's CV, you've been more successful than Arnold and Man United.
One second. Marcel, that point is just, you're not even listening to me. I'm not going to address that. Then the second point, Rhino, Jason Wilcox, his job's in football, academy manager. John Murtagh was that. Next thing, sporting director. John Murtagh was that. He was the sporting director at Southampton for a season and bounced. The manager he hired got fired, by the way. So on paper, these guys' CVs, the only difference is they worked with successful people who knew what they were doing.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
That's the only difference.
You just copied my point. You just copied my point at the end. You just stole my point at the end.
I made that point 3 times now. I've made the point.
You just stole my point at the end that you weren't going to listen to.
Okay, I made that point to Rhino.
I'm glad you said okay.
I made that point to Rhino 5 minutes ago. Grow up. So Rhino, you can't hang your hat on the fact that they worked with other successful people when they weren't the leaders of the project. Do you know what I'm saying to you? That's all, bro. There's no such thing as footballing people. If they're footballing people, so are Arnold and Murta and all those other guys. They're footballing
No, but
people.
I think that point that you make about being around successful people, I think you're downplaying it. That can play a big part in your trajectory of how you step up when you're trying to go to the next level.
Of course,
You know why?
He doesn't want to listen to it.
So Rhino, here's why I disagree. I did my research on this topic, and you know what I found? 99.9% of people that leave somewhere successful fail. That's not my opinion. Those are the facts.
Rhino, Rhino, don't nod your head. Ask him
What
for the
sense?
numbers.
Ask him.
Ask him.
No, I'm not nodding to it. I'm not nodding.
You're a manager.
No, Marcel.
You the files for artists. You're just gonna nod.
No, Marcel, do you know what it is? I'm nodding at the fact that fact is interesting, but it doesn't mean I agree with it. It's just an interesting fact. I'm like, it's an interesting fact.
He's about the details. He's about the details, Rhino.
Yeah,
Rhino.
we're going to talk about the details.
Man United have been lied to that people that are successful elsewhere always successfully translate to a next club. If you go look at sporting directors that have won and then have left somewhere, they usually don't do well. The guys at City buck that trend. They were good at Barcelona. Tiki, I'm talking about, the technical director. Good at City. Do you know what's interesting? Christian Vivel. What happened to him at Chelsea? Good at Leipzig.
Did he not leave?
At Chelsea, they were two people more powerful. He got in Kunku, that was about it. Then they bounced him because it weren't the right environment for him. Leipzig is a well-run machine. He was one cog in it. Chelsea fans were like, we've got Vivel. Chelsea fans were rejoicing. We've got Vivel. What did he do for Chelsea? It's not his fault. It's a different organization. That's the point. My issue is not them per se. You can go to a different organization, different circumstances.
Be carried.
And bro, it's a blank market. Look at Ashworth, bro. People were bigging him up for Brighton and whatever. Comes to Man United, sacked in 3 months. That's the game, unfortunately. Nuruddin will tell you about Monchi. What happened to Monchi, who's at Aston Villa now when he went to Roma? Failed.
Yeah.
This guy found Danny Elvis. This guy found Danny Elvis for 250 grand a week. Went to Roma, spent 150 mil, bombed, got fired. That's the game. And there's more examples. Marcel, you go look at the facts and tell me the facts that I presented are wrong, bro. Like, these are the facts. I'm not giving you my opinion on this.
Nice, right?
I'll be here next week.
It's the unfortunate fact of football. It's just the unfortunate fact of football, bro. It is what it is. It's fact. Man United fans have been fed a lie. That's why I was defending Saeed on the timeline the other day. Man United fans have been sold a lie.
But a lot has happened in them 7 months, man. A lot. Yeah. A lot.
It's a lie. But yeah, when Amorim gets sacked, the main point is those guys fire Omar as well. I might keep Walker, but you can get rid of Omar.
Yeah, let me get this.
This is untenable. I said it, Danny. As soon as Ashworth got fired, I said, if this thing Amorim goes wrong.
But it was Omar Barada that hired him, didn't he?
Yeah. Omar Barada hired Amorim. But I said, because it was Dodgy Dave that hired Ashworth, Danny. It was Dodgy Dave, right? Dodgy Dave hired Ashworth.
Because he knew him?
Yeah. Plus, Ashworth bought into this marginal bullshit games, BS. But Dave, that's his boy, that's his best friend, isn't it? That's Dave's boy. Dave let it slide and sacked him, and now Amorim is on Amorim's on Barada and Wilcox.
No, but structure is the context for me, bro. You've seen Ashworth.
No, but Danny, you remember the conversation we had before? Remember, Danny, when me and you was talking and you were saying how the whole person best in class conversation, because this is key to what you just said, yeah? So what would your theory be then in how we hire people then? Because if you think that someone that leaves somewhere is not going to be successful, if they come from a successful...
It's not a guarantee.
So what would your process be? What would your
environment? It's about the environment right now.
Unfortunately, what tends to happen...
Okay, so you're talking... So you're saying that basically because he left a well-flourished environment and now he's coming into a mess, there's no proven facts to show that a mess can be changed in
the
biggest problem,
the biggest, you start with the board.
Yeah.
If they're incompetent, their competence will filter down. Because you need to, because if you're a CEO, you need to know when the guy you're hiring is doing something wrong. That's why when people drunk the Ineos Kool-Aid, we're hiring competent people, but you have to be competent as well. I don't know Ashworth. I don't know if he's good or bad. All I know is they hired someone that wasn't the right fit. What does that tell you about them?
Fit? Yeah.
What does that tell you? Jim thought he was getting something else. He's like, hold on, I thought you were a transfer guru. I'm thinking like myself, hold on a second. there's actually a website called the Training Ground Guru. Ashworth has an interview on there, and he says at Brighton, I didn't sign the players. Paul Winstanley signed the players. I worked on selling players. He said this out of his own mouth. And then you hired him and got angry. He's not what he said he isn't. That's a you problem. That's not an Ashworth problem. That's a you problem. So my thing is this, Rhino. What tends to happen in football is in the right environment that stems from the board, you end up with people that fit the remit that you want, whatever the remit is. They can be proven people or unproven people. But that whole thing of, oh, he did well at that football club, let me hire him. It's the same for managers. It doesn't always work out. But Man United fans have been lied to. Yo, go get the guy that won with that club. It will definitely work. I'll give you another example. You know Franco Baldini? He put the team together with Totti, Montella, and Batistuta. Brilliant. The same guy wanted to sell Harry Kane for $500,000. That's the game. That is the game. If someone did that at Man United, our fan base would hate him if he was hired by the Glazers and internal. Or that's somebody that's actually did something in football that showed that type of incompetence. That's the game. There's no guarantees. Football structure hype. That's all it is. There's just no guarantees, bro. Unless the board are competent, bro, we're fucked.
Start as well, and I think it's vital.
It's just the board aren't competent.
Regardless,
board aren't competent, bro. Yeah. It's peak.
Where's the Traps when you need him? Because Traps was doing bare in your prop early on in the season.
Danny, I've been telling everybody about this for a long, long time. I looked at Nice, what they were doing.
I know.
I did the research, bro. I came to space with receipts and people were like, get out of here, you're negative. The point is this.
So I'll give you one example.
No. Listen, I just want to give the example.
Yeah,
so City is supposed to have the best machine, yeah? Now, let me guess how many of you remember, this is Berestan and Soriano, yeah? Both of them.
Soriano, yeah.
Yeah. They're both there, don't they? They're both there. They both came. Basically, the Dubai lot, the Zionist bastards, yeah? For what they are, it's the truth, I'm telling it, right? They came, they wanted to buy Barcelona. They didn't buy Barcelona. They bought Man City, and then they said, we're going to go and hire Barcelona people. Now, but this is unlimited check. Plus all of the cheating, all of the doctoring they've been doing behind the back. On top of that, every time they bought a player and it didn't work, that mistake was covered up. Honestly,
immediately.
You see it, now you don't. You see it. Because everybody's on the way for the success. Everybody's like, oh, they're going to challenge for the league or they're going for the Champions League. So every time even with Baristad and Savannah, let's say the Avengers, Man City fans.
And they're the best of the best. They're the best of the best.
And guess what happened? Even then, they were getting it wrong, right, left, and center. And guess what happened? But they had the money and the backing to cover it up.
Yeah.
To cover it up, to sweep it under the carpet. And that's why Fergie was doing it a lot for Man City. Do you think everything Fergie signed worked?
No, not everything. No.
You're right, though. Before they got Pep, go look at Tiki signings at City. That's the Fernandos, the Mangalas.
Yeah, they had a lot of it. They had a lot of it.
It's the same person. But people don't realize that if City weren't able to cheat, even him as good as he is, he doesn't cover up his mistakes the same way.
Yeah, I heard that. That's
what
a good
Structure's
point.
talking to.
Yeah,
and that's the best of the best, bro. They're the best of the best, and they had to cheat.
And that's what's definitely worrying for me about Ineos.
Mangala was.
That's why Ralph Ragnick said only 50% of your transactions have to go right, something like that. I think he said 50% of your transactions have to go right, and if it's gone right, the other 50% you can cover up. I want to know from Traps. Where's Traps, man? You need to get that guy on because that guy was doing so much Jim Ratcliffe prop.
Yeah.
He's been in the GC as well.
No, but what reason? Go on, Ted.
Let me tell you what happened to Trapscliff. Let me tell you what happened to Trapscliff. Trapscliff has gone under the bunker, just like Jim, just like Dodgy Dave, just like the rest of them. He's got a bit techie, and they're going for cover, bro. He's going for cover. Yeah, that's what's happened.
Let me get these super chats.
Oh yeah, you do the super chats.
By the way, there's 3.1k in the building. Yeah, not even 1,000 likes. You lot are smoking that Jim Ratcliffe money, man. So hit the like button, people, man. Why does Amorim prefer Rasmus over Xerxes? Brother.
He's punishing us, bro. He's punishing us.
Right now, it's Rasmus over
That's
Figo.
not even that deep.
But who else, at this moment, who else are you going to play in the 10?
No, but before injuries, that's no different than Ragnick preferring Frederick McTominay over Donny van der Beek. Managers have biases to athletic.
Or Elanga, by the way.
Rasmus is more athletic. That's the only reason. His idea of a striker is in that mode. That's all it is, bro. It's not even that deep.
Danny, please explain why you're pro Mainu 180 grand a week.
One reason is personal bias. When black players get offered big contracts, I say they should get more money. So when a black player is due a contract,
No.
Yeah.
Reload for them.
Yeah.
Reload.
when it's about black players getting big contracts, I'm there.
Reload.
Every time.
I hear it.
I've got the
NBA. I've got an NBA basketball mentality, not an English football put down players because of what they earn mentality. I'm the opposite. Furthermore, me and Saeed were talking about it. Nicholas Jackson had one season in Spain and has 100 grand a week he's making at Chelsea. Yeah, Cucurella's on 175. Luca Dean, who went from Everton to Villa's on 120. Leon Bailey's on 120. Yeah, you can go through. Fans don't go through the league and see what people are making. Bernard Leno's a goalkeeper. He's making 130 at Fulham.
Yeah, but they've got
Fulham.
a record, bro. They've
No, I hear you. But Mainu, even though I've got my issues with him and his development and whatnot, this guy in a short amount of time has proven he can perform in a big final for Man United, and he's got to a final with England. He's already an international. Yeah,
Is it a colour thing?
Yeah, already.
Is it a colour thing?
And then the last point,
it's definitely a colour thing.
The last point, in your sanction, 195 grand a week for De Ligt, 130 for Mazraoui, and 115 for Lenny Euro.
Yeah, that's
So
what
you're
we should be. That's what
So his agent can look at the league and say, if I go to Aston Villa and say I'm the face of the project, they're going to give me 200. If I go to Chelsea, they're going to give me 200. Arsenal are paying Calafiori, a left back who played one season, 100.
Chelsea won't give him 200.
Yeah.
Cole Palmer's on 110 and he was on 90 before. So
Yeah.
he's not getting
Calafiori's
200 at Chelsea.
Calafiori's a defender. He's on 120. If he goes to Arsenal, what do you think Arsenal are going to pay Kobe Mainoo? So stop lying to yourselves that Kobe can't get more money elsewhere. And generally speaking, put the black player thing aside, you negotiate what you're worth. It's as simple as that. If you can negotiate it and you get it, and I always pick up agents for doing their jobs, bro.
Can I give a context?
I've been consistent on this, bro. I big up agents for doing their jobs. Their job is to get the best contract. If that's what they want,
No, but
guess
that's where
what?
you're wrong, though,
Last
man.
point. Last point.
Give a context, please.
Last point. Wait. Last point.
Whatnot.
My bad. Last point. I've been rambling. Last point. It's on Man United to sell him or negotiate him down. Don't target the player. Don't target his people. It's on the football club. Like, but Bayern Munich.
He's crazy to think they can go and get
Bayern Munich let Tony Cruz go because they didn't want to pay him.
Facts.
Real Madrid got rid of
Tony Cruz was a very good player. No, let's be
honest. He won the
honest.
Champions League as well with them, by the way. So Di Maria went because Perez didn't want to pay him. Look at your football club. Don't criticize the player because of what he's asking for.
Can I just give a context? Can I just give a context?
Can I say that?
No, I need to do something.
180 grand a week. That's crazy. Ludicrous.
This debate he missed out. Historically, majority of footballers who are academy graduates who then go and make it into the first team are treated like shit. Is that a fact or not a fact?
They get underpaid.
They get underpaid. So let me just explain this to people. Because especially if they're a fan of the football club. If they're a fan of the football club, clubs manipulate and do emotional manipulation on them to try to get them. But, you're one of the guys. You should be some people like you. Somebody said to me once that a player got told years ago that you should be happy playing because the fans, your friends, will give their legs or arms to play for this football club. And you're like, you what?
No, Nuruddin, you're right.
Everybody's
agree. I do believe that academy players, on the whole, end up getting paid less because when you go and get someone from somewhere else,
you have to pay.
It's just like if you want to make the most amount of money in life in a normal job, you change jobs every 2 years. That's how you make money. If you stay where you are, they're not gonna give you a pay rise, bruv. You know what I mean? You go somewhere else. Most of the time, you don't get a pay rise. But
signing on fee,
Kobe, exactly as well. But when I look at Kobe, when I look at him right now, when you look at, forget where Manchester United. When you look at that, players like fucking Tyler Diblin is on 5k a week, you look at Cole Palmer was a 90k a week last season, and he was arguably player of the Premier League season. Kobe Mainoo ain't given us that level that Cole Palmer's given Chelsea, bro. And so for me, he's not worth more than 80 grand a week, bro. He's not worth that to me, in my opinion. Because if we sell him for 60 mil, that means we can spend 180 mil, bro. Like I can sell this brother for 100% profit and buy 3 players that are better than him. in honesty, like as much as I like him, like City got rid of Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer's way better than him. Do you know what I
They're
mean?
in a position to, but right, here's my problem. One, you haven't proven you can sign better football players than the ones you have.
I hear that. I do hear.
I get your point because you're thinking about best case scenario. Here's the reality. All you have to pay this boy is 9 million a year. If you sell him when you've got other players to sell, like Ganacho, Rashford, you can even sell Dalot if you wanted to, right? You're gonna go spend 40 million.
Look at Faz's face.
So you're telling me you're not gonna pay him 9 million when you ain't paid a transfer fee for him, but you're gonna pay 40 million and somebody else 6.5 or 7 million. You're gonna gamble, and you might not actually sign a better talent. No, that don't make no sense to me.
I understand what you're saying completely. I do understand it. My thing is, what we saw with Marcus Rashford, with this club, paying him too much too soon, giving him the number 10 shirt, a man stagnated.
It can be a problem further down the line.
I'm not a big fan of overpaying these young players. The brother's not even 20 years old.
I agree morally, ethically.
He's not even 20 years old yet, and he hasn't proven. He's not proven anything in football. And
his talent is what got him here, not his age.
No, but bro, I hear that. But bro, I'm not paying you based on your talent. I'm paying you based on how good you are now, bro. This is why you have clauses in your contracts to renegotiate, bro, depending on performances. If he's performing really well in 2 years, we can sit back down at the table and we can bump up your wages. Because we've done the same thing with Bruno. After one season, Bruno got a pay rise, bro.
Let me say something. Let me make a point. Let me make a point, please. Hold on. Let me make a point.
I'll just say this quickly because I want to forget. Fergie always used to Fergie used to be like clever in it because obviously he's getting the money from the club and it wasn't Fergie's money. What he would do is, when a young player comes in, he would say, you know what, you just get paid this amount of money. Soon as you get in the first team and start banging in goals and the development is there, soon as you start hitting form, then we really negotiate. And then the money then you get that big bumper. And then you're more consistent. Then you get that add-on. So the money thing was slowly but surely, like to build it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
How important you are to the club. Unfortunately, Manchester United and Glazers have not operated like that for a long, long time. So if you want to go to what the Glazers are doing, Dan, like, you know what I mean? Like, people, Kobe should be getting what the other people who are getting bought, who are not giving us anything, should be getting. Like the fact that Luke Shaw's getting contract after contract and the pay rise after pay rise. Nah, mate, I'm sorry. I'm not having it. I'm not having it.
But you're not solving the situation.
Listen. You're signing people who are broken, like makes about, and then you're giving them that contract.
Yeah, but let me make a point. Let me make a point, please.
Listen, this thing is stability club. I understand what Rance is saying. Rance is operating from like football pitch performance, stability for the club, and also like the looking after the mental health of the young player. Like the idea that you can get that is, we've seen it. We've seen how many brothers have fallen off because, or footballers in general, have fallen off because they got money too quick, too soon. Yeah. And it's literally wrecked their football careers. So I understand that. But what I don't understand is that Manchester United are not a stable football club that they can then use. All of a sudden, they're changing the way they are and they're using Kobe.
Yeah, but they are but I wouldn't say they're using Kobe Mino for the simple fact that if you actually look at the signings we've made, when you look at the wages they're on, Mazraoui's on 135. Like a lot of these men ain't on a lot of money. Bro, if this was under the Glazers, like all these men would have come in on big money. Xerxes, Euro's on 115. Euro would have been on at least 200, bro. Like if it was up to the Glazers, bro, because they would have thrown money at him. So we're trying to change the culture at the club, and I think the salaries that all the players are on that have come in have been fair. So because of that, I think that was fair for Kobe Mino. I think 120 is a generous offer for him.
Yeah. And by the way, I'm not gonna
Euros on 115.
Yeah, listen, by the way,
he's not asking for
we were pricing. Yeah, but Euro had an option of going to Real Madrid. Like,
so, on top of that, he's a defender. Is he an international yet? There's loads of
defenders are now, bro.
Let me just say this.
Bro, being an international,
defenders are not what they used to be back in the day, though, Danny.
No, but bro, being an international, you've played in finals and actually helped your team win one, scoring the winning goal. You've done what you can do at Man United and shown your talent, bro. He deserves more than $5,000 a week more than any Euro, bro.
Let me just say this. I don't know. Listen, let me just say this. Let me just say this.
If I was his agent, that's what I would be saying, isn't it?
Please, I want to give this perspective. The fact that it's in the media, the club briefed that, and you know it, and they've done that to bully players into submission. So the fact that, for me personally, that's what they do, people. So the people in the chat, they don't know. Football clubs do that, especially with young talents from the academy. They bully them into submission. They use manipulation tactics, emotional manipulation tactics, to try and to squeeze them. That's what they do. It's been done from the day of football, since money was ever exchanged for a player to play. It's always been like that. The thing that from the grapevine, what I'm hearing, that he's not asking for that. He's not asking for 100.
Mamouche is on
He's not asking. He's not even asking for 150.
Structure. One second. My bad, Structure. This person's picking and choosing.
This guy's a City fan.
Mamouche was bounced around on free transfers, had an okay season, then a decent season. By Bundesliga standards, he ain't put up crazy numbers. Kolo Muani did more in the Bundesliga than him. 2 seasons after being bounced around on free transfers, he's on 250 a week. Don't cherry pick wages. He's only got here at 27. Kobe's achieving things as an individual at 19. Mamouche is on 250. Don't tell me Kobe's not worth money, man. And he can't negotiate for 180.
I think you're going from 20 to 180 is mad.
Hold on. You're looking at. Hold on. Let me come in, please. Let me come in. You're looking. Hold on.
That's crazy.
Hold on. Can I get a point in? Can I get a point in?
It's true.
If he goes,
let me get a point in.
Allow this bias, man. Call it out.
It's not biased, Saeed. It's actually not biased. It's not biased. It's not.
It's because you like
He's coming. He's coming in a time of the club when the club is already going to be consistently out of Champions League position. There's no guarantee we're going to be in Champions League position come next season as well. And when you don't come Champions League position, your wages are not as high than when you are in the Champions League. So he's already. You've got Barada and them man coming out saying we predict being in Europa League for the next 4 years.
4 years.
His agents is listening to that and said, well, a contract is typically 4+1, 5+1. Let me negotiate a good enough healthy deal for my client for the next 4 or 5 years anyways. And don't forget another thing. In the next 4 or 5, in 6 months, data can change so much. Kobe Mino came into Manchester United and it was absolutely, he's a generational talent. Come Ruben Amorim, he's fat, he's overweight, he's slow, he's this, he's that. And now people even willing to entertain the conversation of we can sell him. There are other players better, X, Y, and Z. The profile of player is not fitting. So his agent is doing exactly what he's supposed to do. Is start off high. The club is in.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Club should negotiate low. But you're looking at, you are looking at the jump rather than the actual value of the player in the squad. If Kobe Mino was available as of today, he would be in that starting lineup week in, week out in every single game or being rotated in more than Casemiro.
And for most teams, he starts. He starts for Arsenal.
What?
He starts for Arsenal.
Doesn't.
Over Moreno. Yes, he does. What are you talking about?
No. When they have their front three, if Partey, Rice, and Odegaard, I don't think he starts.
Partey's a rotation player. He starts for Arsenal.
I don't think so, relax, man. Relax.
He starts for Tottenham.
So. Listen, that's another conversation in itself.
What they're doing right now, he doesn't. I don't think he does.
That's another conversation in itself. But Kobe asking for 180 a week.
Everyone that's not Liverpool and City. He starts.
Listen, Kobe asking for hold on. We're going off point. This is not an Arsenal. Kobe asking for 180 a week is not absurd. Ahmad's contract and the payment that he got was delayed by a year anyways, maybe a year or two anyways, because Ahmad should have been implemented into the first team and playing regularly time ago, bro. Man, been around the block on loan and we knew what he could do. Do you know what I'm saying? If you're looking at the jump, Saeed, you gotta just look at the jump of Dorgu. Go check what Dorgu was on before he came to Premier League. Go check Anthony what he was on.
That's a natural jump to sign a player.
No, that is not a natural jump. These man,
if you want to sign a player from Italian league to Premier League, you're going to offer more wages.
Yes, but you're in a better league. More. Man are going from 10 bands a week to 100 bands, bro. Man are going from 10 bands a week. Bro, look at the wages these man made 2 seasons ago, 1 season ago, but before they joined Man United, and what they got. Look at Anthony, man. Anthony's crazy rise to the top, yeah. Hold
on a minute. What did he say he's on? And a Dorgu.
How much was Dorgu on in Lecce?
How much was he on?
10 bands. I don't even think he was on.
How much was he on?
I think he was on like 10 bands, something like that. I think.
Okay, do you know what he's on now? Do you know what he's on now?
Go on.
40 grand a week.
Impossible. He's on 40 grand a week.
Bro, I'm letting you know now.
Yeah, but you two are both talking about 2 different structures.
How much was Anthony on? How much was
Dorgu under Ineos?
Anthony on?
Yeah, and Anthony's under the Glazers. So we've seen that improvement from Ineos to the Glazers.
Yeah. Come on,
You
bro,
think
man.
you think Dogu is not gonna ask for a renegotiation? Mark my words today, yeah. In a year's time, he's
no.
gonna
Berardi
ask for
Ineos.
125, 135.
No, I don't
Berardi
think
Ineos.
Listen,
No,
what do you mean under
no.
bro?
Berardi Ineos fans.
Garnacho just received the first team contract and he's asked.
that was against
That
the
was under
Glazers.
Glazers.
No,
That
it was
contract
under
Glazers.
No, under Ineos, bro. Under Ineos.
He got he got his contract under Ineos.
Okay, so if you're
He signed his
doing
contract
the
on the
wage
10
prop
hard.
hype,
That was
yeah?
under the
If you're
Glazers.
doing the wage prop hype, how much increase did Ineos give Bruno Fernandes?
Yeah, that was a big mistake. I get that. Apparently, that was Dan Ashworth as well. He's been sacked as well now. So he's gone out the window.
You're looking at the increase in a player.
You know that's bullshit.
No,
That's
you're
bullshit.
I think Bruno's contract is
Yeah,
up.
but
By the way,
Dan Ashworth,
Bruno's
yeah, at the end of the day,
man.
Ineos signed
Oh,
it.
oh, the big
Bruno
L.
Dan Ashworth.
Listen, the
Bruno
overall
deserves
point
his
is
contract. Don't mention Bruno in this. Bruno
the
deserves his
overall
contract.
point. No, you can't pick and
Bruno
choose.
does not
The overall-
deserve that
the overall
contract.
point
He's
is,
scratching up, man.
Mino asking
Yes, he does.
for
hate.
upwards of 120
Don't
is
hate.
not absurd at all.
We go.
Can I
Absurd.
just say this? Like, listen, can I just say this? The people in the chat, stop being obsessed. That's what the club breathed. He did not ask for 180. That's what I just explained to you lot. Clubs
No, I
do
agree,
that.
dude. I agree with you.
So they get a backlash. They get
I
a
know.
backlash from fans going, what
No,
the hell is this?
structure.
People,
I'll be honest,
please stop
structure.
being dumb.
Now let
Listen,
Ruben know
you're
that-
letting Ineos lie to you again. You're
Structure,
letting
that's not
Ineos lie
true.
to you again.
Structure.
I fucking warned you.
Structure,
I
that's not
warned
true.
you.
That's not true. That's not
I'll let
true.
Ruben land. Let's Ruben land. He's right.
Structure, that's not true. He did ask for 180. But
No,
what
we
you
don't
guys-
know that. We don't know that. We don't know that.
Well, I'm telling you, I know because I got told before. So what you guys forget, you
That
got
is
told
so-
as well. You got told the same thing. You forgot and you got told. It's literally in the group chat. Anyway,
Right.
so-
Hold on. And also, just to
One second
clarify,
fact,
just hold on, Danny,
No,
hold on.
let Danny finish, let Danny
Just to
finish.
clarify, yeah, Patrick Dogu, when he was in his previous club, he was making 3 bands a week. 3. Just to clarify, yeah, I said 10, even exaggerating. He was on 3 bands. 3.
What was he on
3.
Lecce?
The local corner shop man makes more than Patrick Dogu.
What was he
in
on at
Lecce.
Lecce? What was he on at Lecce?
3 bands in the 23-24 season. He was on 3 bands a week, bro. 3.
Yeah, because he's Lecce, the bottom of the league.
Right, and now he's on 40 bands. Do you want to do the math?
Bro, are you all right in the end, June, man?
That's all
Seriously.
You want to do
Are
the
you
math?
actually going mad at a player that's on
great business.
30,
No,
40 grand a week?
But you are saying that Kobe's jump is absurd for
you
his
come
age.
from- hold on a
No,
minute.
I'm
You
proving
come
your
from
point.
20. No, but
Do
you
the
got
mathematical
no, but hold on
number,
a minute.
bro. What
Hold on a minute.
percentage of no,
Hold on a
Saeed,
minute.
you're not
Relax
doing the
yourself,
math.
relax,
No,
relax.
you're
Relax
not.
yourself.
No.
relax.
Saeed,
No,
Saeed,
you
Saeed,
relax.
Saeed,
You
Saeed,
relax.
Saeed,
Saeed.
You relax, bro.
No,
Saeed,
hold
you're
on a
missing
minute.
the point, bro. Saeed, you're missing the point.
Yes,
You talk
from
about
3 bands a
increase in
week to
percentage.
40 bands a week.
It's
What is the
crazy.
percentage of
It's
increase, bro?
crazy.
What is the percentage of increase from 3 bands a week to 40? Because 40 bands a week is a light number, you don't want to look. You don't want to look.
It's a light number for a reason.
You see, Danny, you see,
Yo,
he's
Marcel,
literally
I'm
not
saying
looking
it,
at the
Marcel.
percentage of increase.
The
Because
point I
not
was
a
going to
light
make
number.
is you guys have forgotten they leaked and lied and said Kobe wanted 200 plus 2 months ago. That's what I was going to say, structure. You forgot about that. So this is added pressure. Yeah. But this one is actually accurate. That's what I'm going to say. We got told this. We got told this, bro. We got told this 2 months ago.
You lot pick and choose on the wages thing, man.
No,
Why am I not getting
you're picking and choosing. I'm trying to keep a level playing field here where we don't overpay on players. And you guys,
Saeed, I get
How
this
are
thing,
you
yeah?
overplaying on Kobe
Saeed,
Mino when you cannot?
United fans,
If you want to
Man
get a
United
player of Kobe Mino's ability, Kobe Mino's experience, and buy him and bring him in, you are easily paying 150 for that player weekly.
not really. Not necessarily.
Okay, then tell me who you're gonna get. Tell me who you're gonna get. For how much? Go on, tell me.
You can get players.
Okay, you can is a different to you.
for less wages. You can.
Ooh,
Yo, fans, do me a favor.
Nico
How much
Gonzalez
we
from
got?
Man City is
Ugarte,
60 grand a week.
the
Nico
fact-
Gonzalez.
Ugarte fell off at PSG and we saved him. How much is he making at Man United? Let me know.
He's making right now. United is making
120 a week.
120.
And that's on a
He's
down
making
slope.
120 a
And
week.
that's
When
not
he was
fair.
at PSG,
That's a fair value for a player.
under Ruben Amorim, he was
120.
making 11 bands a week.
This is what I don't
11.
understand. You're telling me 120 for a destroyer on the downward spiral was fair value at 120.
No,
But
fuck,
someone
bro,
who's-
look at yourself.
You
Okay,
man are
cool.
concussed in the
I don't
chat,
think
man.
120 is that
You man are
crazy, by
concussed.
the way.
The
That's not
fact
crazy.
is, the
I
neurons in
would
the
put it
brain,
lower
bro.
if they wanted to. But here's what I'm just saying, guys. Yeah, they're trying to structure the wage structure. You going to 180 for me is absolutely ludicrous for me. This is my own opinion. Yeah?
Why?
He shouldn't be on that. I would say on a fair level play, he should have been on about 80, maybe 90, but 80 is
No
chance. For me right now. 80 grand a week. It should be
if
normal.
I'm Kobe's agent, I'm telling you, lot, go and get on Pogba's documentary and get.
Why are you paying? Wait,
I'm never letting my client.
Why are you paying the guy more?
Because Euro's on 115, I do think Kobe should be upwards of like a 130.
No, because the Real Madrid factor was a big thing, bro.
Yeah,
no,
but
it wasn't. They weren't in the race. They weren't going to buy him.
For Manchester United in the red shirt.
They weren't going to buy him.
Done in the red shirt. I think he should easily be 120.
Man, I hear man, I hear saying, "Oh, that was under the Glazers. That was under." I don't give a damn. My client is a starter in your team. My client, you can easily sell my client. What's Kobe's market value right now? If you were to sell Kobe Minor today,
Your Faz, you're being
I hear you, Faz. We're trying to restructure the club, though.
Brother, restructure high.
I hear what you're saying. Yes, the bottom, the Man United have to do the negotiating. Why do you think Pogba was so upset?
It ain't the players' agents' fault who the owners of the club are, bro. My ability is my ability. I know what I bring to this team right now. I don't vote on Ineos or Glazers, bro. It's not my fucking headache. My headache is to go and freaking ball out on the pitch. Pay me what I'm worth. Simple as.
You're not worth 180 grand a week right now.
That's your opinion. That's your opinion.
You're not worth.
That's your opinion.
No. I think it's a lot of opinions, to be honest with you. I think a lot of
people.
No
offense.
Hold on. You man.
No offense. 1 second, Faz.
If I'm looking at the
1 minute, what? I can't hear you both, man. One at a time.
1 second, Faz. You see the way people like Saeed and the others, football clubs will get away with bumping the players and they will cheer them on. I don't cheer that thing on. See me, I take a real world view to everything. Everything. So there's different factors that Saeed doesn't want to acknowledge. Number one, if I leave, what can I get? You, as somebody that wants to keep me, have to factor that in. And that is a fact.
He's got 2.5 years left on his contract, bro.
It don't matter, bro. They tried to sell you in January. So if you're saying you want to keep me, even though you tried to sell me, what I can get elsewhere factors in. If I can get 200 at Chelsea, and trust me, he can.
You ain't getting 180 grand a week elsewhere.
Okay, so if Calafiori can get 120, what can Kobe get? Tell me, Saeed.
I said 130s.
Again,
no. Forget what you want. Arsenal negotiated for Calafiori, a £40 million fullback, 120. What do you think Kobe gets realistically in that context? Yeah, exactly. You know
why did Cole Palmer get 120 after putting up 2
seasons? He's on 130 now.
130, yeah, now after putting him 2 seasons.
Because he's got a contract, he's got a long-term contract that will go up. That's different.
Oh my god, man! No, but if you put them stats, you put them stats up, yeah, you become the figurehead and the spearhead of that Chelsea team. I can demand more, but they have a structure, bro. Simple.
Okay, but Cucurella makes more than.
Palmer. Yeah, but Cucurella was signed before the bowling. Then man came in.
Still got it. Okay, Nicholas Jackson's on 30 grand difference, and Cole Palmer's way better. So even that numbers wise don't make sense. There's other football clubs. Aston Villa just got Rashford and Asensio. They would love Marcus Rashford. Go look at their wages and tell me what you think he'd get.
Yeah, they to be fair, they've got billionaire owners, but they would
pay him 180.
They can pay. They can afford to pay. Right now, United, we're cost cutting. You've seen it right now. But my thing is,
I can see Man United, bro. I can see
United.
We all complain about these owners and
whatnot. Crazy.
I can see Man United's perspective, bro.
You know what, Danny?
When people attack the other side for making demands, I don't get that.
If you want to pay me less, by the way, there's many different ways you can skin this. If you want to pay me less, cool. Put a release clause in. Then put a healthy release clause where I'm able to leave the club if I'm not happy. If I'm gonna get a better wage from another club any given season per year, you reduce my release clause by 10 mil, and I will leave. You start off the release clause at about 100 M's, 90 M's, and per year it goes down by 20. Simple. Is the club going to do that?
Yeah, Marcel.
Kobe's jump, yeah, and his age, and because he's still got this academy kind of persona around him, and people are saying he shouldn't get this much an amount. But you look at any other player that are coming into Manchester United and the wage they're getting, the percentage of increase from what they were getting to now is crazy. So why am I?
There's a super chat here about Wharton. You know, Wharton is on 35 grand a week as well, by the way. Wharton.
Yeah, so let's be honest, guys. I think 180 is too much right now. He's not reached a certain level. We had Nerden talk about the manipulation side of things, and at the same point of Sir Alex giving it in increments and based on performance and these kind of things. So, but also in the same breath, Saeed, I think 40 is just too low. So I think there's Haaland has got to a space. Haaland has got to a space where it's performance led as well. Like he gets a big lump based on performance. So I think Manchester United can work that in terms of bonuses and adding more and bolstering Kobe's wages on performance based.
That's what Liverpool did with Mane.
It's somewhere in 100 to 130k for me. But
one here as well.
It's
Danny hasn't put that in context.
just too far.
Marcel,
so would Kobe's performance be a bit inflated by the Euros as well, because he had a brilliant Euros as well, Saeed. So it's just like
but he was an academy graduate. He's an academy graduate. I wasn't bought in
anywhere from 1 to 130 to 140.
Marcel,
why should how not?
When you buy a player, it's different.
Structure, stop. This is my problem with you people that support people not getting paid. Marcel, they tried to give you Califurio at the Euros. They're so one-sided.
Yeah.
Don't even consider Kobe got to a final.
Yeah, he's a bad man. Kobe's a bad man. No, Danny, he's a bad man. But it's just, but 180 is too high, Danny. Let's give him some performance bonuses. He just come back from an injury. We're in a predicament as a squad, as a whole club.
That's why you negotiate. That's why you negotiate.
Yeah.
That's why you negotiate.
I agree.
But for you to tell him, my problem is telling him he shouldn't demand 180.
Yeah, facts. That's what I agree with.
Who are you to tell him he shouldn't ask for 180? Who do you think you are?
I think I can say it. I can confidently say it.
No, you can't.
No, then you go. Then I want to say something.
No, you can't.
Listen, the point I want to make is this. Listen, guys, genuinely, I really think there's a bigger problems at Manchester United than Kobe made.
I agree. We're just talking about someone saying super chat.
We need to just move on from this point.
No, I'm going to get the super chat.
Negotiations. Yeah,
okay,
it's about negotiations. It's about negotiations for me.
Adewale says, why did Ineos hire a manager that needs specific kind of players to be successful, then not back him? But rather got to go with Amorim as well if he's sacked. Ineos looking like they don't know what they're doing. I agree, Omar Barad needs to get sacked.
I've been saying Adewale.
Yeah.
Adewale, I've been saying it, and people didn't want to listen to me. I said from the first minute he walked in, Amorim, I said, if this doesn't work out, Barada job on the line, mate.
I agree. I agree.
Just on this as well about Adewale, yeah. Just what is this narrative that managers don't want their specific type of players? Like what? Like where is?
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Really iron that out for me, like Nerden maybe, because you might understand.
Maybe.
But Nerden, can I just say the statement and then just iron it out from there? Every manager wants their own players. What are we talking about here? Like they have an ideology of what a left winger looks like. An ideology of what a left winger, and they have a first, second, and third of that, and usually a first or second. So what are you talking about? Like we have to get them their players. What? I've never. What is that world? I don't understand what you're talking about. Mourinho failed, but he complained, I didn't get my guys. Oli failed, he complained, I didn't get my guys. Ten Hag failed, there's a lot of his guys that he didn't get. So what are you talking about?
So Marcel, listen, Marcel, I agree. Marcel, here's where I agree with you, and then also disagree. Managers are also getting their coaches or managers getting their players. They also have to improve what is there already. They also have to coach and improve players, like Klopp did. Remember, Klopp went into Liverpool, had players, but already also improved and got the best out of players that were already there. Now the environment has to be good. Manchester United, Marcel, this is where I agree with you. Like, even under Ten Hag, without this. So even when it's Ten Hag, I caveated it that I wanted him gone because what he was doing, this basketball qualification of football, was doing my head in. And I was just, I keep seeing red when I go to the stadium, all these empty spaces and getting counted and all that. But I always caveated it. But still, even though he was the most back manager in Manchester United, he was given a grenade, basically, to detonate. You know what I mean? Every coach that comes to Manchester United, because of the way the football club's straight up, everybody gets a couple of grenades in it, right? You get handed. But the specific what Adewale, if I don't want to put words in Adewale's mouth, but what he's saying now, we went from a Ten Hag who needed specific, not even players, player profiles, right? It's player profiles, because it's not about the managers need that player. So no, it's the player profile, what we're talking about. That to make their system work. Amorim has worked in a specific way. He came in from the small teams to Sporting Lisbon. And at the beginning, it was techie as well. At the beginning, it wasn't working till he got specific type of players, player profiles, to put in the system for them to thrive. So it's both ways. You have to do what you're given, because most coaches have to take fundamentally what they're giving. That's how football works, right?
Facts.
But you also have to get a spine or at least 5 or 6 of your own players to help you. Because like you said, it's the 50-50 thing, innit? You have to have 50. And what you were saying about Ranić, was it you who were saying about Ranić, or I don't know who was saying about Ranić. I think it might have been right. That's 50-50. You have to have a spine of players and core kind of players to be able to hide the deficiencies of the other. And your system has to be good. You have to be able to coach that way. But in theory, nobody's arguing against coaches and managers have player profiles in their heads and ideas of what type of player that they want. But you also have to get the best out of what you got. That's a mixture. It's always been. And football is never going to change in that sense, bro.
Yeah. Let me get these super chats in. All this is in hindsight 2020. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Big up to footballer soccer. When Maresca said they're not in a title race, that negative mentality translated to the players. Amri's basically right off the season. Shaidan in jail during Ramadan, but Ineos still exists. Mandem talk, do not grill Mason Mount enough, wallahi. Big up the Mandem. Big up Lemise. Big up the Mandem. I support Arsenal, but you guys are the truth. Marcel, I don't know if you're religious, but you need to fast for Ten Hag talk. Tarawih, Tawbah, Sadaqah, all of that. Big up, guys. Yo, big up to Levine there. Nobody speaking bare facts. Well said, bro. Danny having a masterclass. This Danny can nick a penny off you know what I mean? That's crazy. Bro, the Zayo.
Oh, that's a wild comment.
Yo, we're not with that, man. We're not with that.
Yeah, we're not with that, man. We're not with that. But listen, you know what I mean? It's crazy that if Kobe gets 180, then Ahmad should be over 100.
No, he shouldn't. We'll address that after.
Dropped into to donate. Enjoy Omar Biryani. By the way, Yamal is on 26k, Casado 6k, Endrick 67k. And here lies the issue with United and fans. Sell up, may not start again. Wharton on 35k, much better player than you, man. Are wild, play better out there.
Different football club.
It's not that. It's not that, bro. You know what problem with comments like that? What you don't realize is if we get Wharton, we're going to pay 70+ mil, and we're going to bump him up to 120, 130.
Easy.
Easy.
I don't think so.
No, Saeed, wait. Easy. I want people to understand the numbers. You're crying about paying somebody 9 million, so you can spend 70 million to pay someone 7 million.
And
why?
Signing on fees, plus signing on fees.
Danny, I swear,
Why?
it's like explaining to the wall.
You people have no business criticizing the Glazers and Eels when it comes to money.
Facts.
You can see 180 and get upset. It's 9 million a year. Wharton will come here and get 7 million a year, but you're paying 70 million on top. How is that better? How does that justify not paying?
And plus the signing on fee as well. He's getting a couple of million signing on fee.
And the agent
That's what people don't understand.
And the agent
and the agents as well.
Then you have a situation like you have with Anthony's brother and his agent fighting over how many mil are they fighting over?
But I don't understand why you want to spend all of that transfer fee, agent fee, just to pay a player 2 million less a year. Do you actually understand what you're advocating for when you say stuff like that?
Yo, you know, I don't think I'm.
Listen, I'm a believer. Can I just say this? I'm
not
a believer.
You, bro. The comment, bro. It's the comment.
The comments.
Yeah. Listen, I'm a believer that Manchester United should go back to, and I think for all football, I think legislation will come in very soon. I personally believe.
When young players can't demand.
No. Legislation will come in the sense that where there has to be a pay cut for players, like there has to be like a cut-off point, like there has to be a wage structure. No. I'm just saying to you. Listen, I'm just saying to you because of the way PSI is working and the way that how everybody goes against the wages, right? How you balance your money of as a football club, the amount of wages that you're paying is balanced off the amount of earnings that you have plus the PSR on top. This is what I believe, right? It might not come to it, but I'm just saying to you, I think there's something has to be done. But the biggest thing for me is this believer in wage structure. I think it's healthy when you have a wage structure. I think, yes, on the ethical principle point of view, like Rance was saying, I agree. Giving young players too much too soon. Now, I'm not saying that's a blanket statement, right, on all youngsters, because there are some youngsters who've got heads on their shoulders and they're not going to go wayward. Actually, when they get a decent amount of money, they're going to go, you know what? The money motivates them even to dedicate even more. Right? Because people only talk about how much he ruins, and we've all seen too many casualties and too many people being ruined. But I'm a believer that performances pay. Like most football clubs, do you know that Mane and Salah at Liverpool were getting performance and goals bonuses? That brought them up to what the top earners in Europe were earning.
I literally just mentioned that earlier.
Yeah. So that's what there's a different way, but it's a negotiation at the end of the day. My point of view, what I'm hearing through the grapevine, is that Kobe's not asked for one, but it might be his agent. He's not asking. It's a negotiation point.
Negotiation.
And they would try to sell him. Yeah, they would try to sell him. Not only long, they were threatening to sell him. But I've seen this work in my time supporting Manchester United. I've seen this work. I have seen this. And Fergie was whether he liked you or whether he didn't like you. So Fergie would use that sometimes and go, you know what? Once you start getting goals, once you start playing well, once you got men on the matches, we'll bump you up. And that's why majority of players, when they're on form, that's where the negotiation table comes.
Structure, here's the problem. Structure, here's the issue, yeah? That's in a situation when you can realistically challenge, you've got proven winners and a legacy and a succession of giving certain contracts. When your football club trying to get there and you're yo-yoing, you can't punish players with wages because you're the problem. You can't guarantee. It's you're why we can't guarantee Champions League football. Not one player called Kobe. Ineos are the problem. The board are the problem. So you can't punish people. Oh, because we can't transfer the Champions League, we can't pay.
No, but Danny, what I meant was that in the perfect scenario, I was painting the perfect scenario.
But there's a realistic scenario. What are you telling me? What they're putting out in the media is not what they're telling him. You think they're telling him?
I agree with that.
You think they're telling him privately or just Europa League? No chance in hell.
By the way, yeah, just a couple of comments on Amorim press conference, right? He says here why he has not included more youngsters in the squad. I'm trying to manage everything. It's a big step for them. I'm trying to think about every aspect. I'm not thinking about what will look like with their friends and the media. And then he spoke about Chido as well. What did he say? Yeah, Chido. It was a different context in that moment. It was a completely different, and we chose different players. So
yeah, because the registration was way before. So
no, that one I agree with. No, he's talking about the game state against Fulham. Like I get that. It's a cup game. Game state's changed. Like, I get it.
Yeah, I mean, he already came out and said that Kobe and Chido was going to play some part of that game anyway. He came out in the press conference and said, they can play some of the cup games. But
any predictions for that game?
For what?
Danny, tomorrow.
Real Sociedad are crap as us. They're crap as us.
Where we playing?
We're at Sociedad first.
Sociedad, yeah. In a lovely sense, Sebastian, if you've never been, people, you need to go and visit.
Sebastian,
What a beautiful place. I recommend it.
Danny?
I don't know. I don't even care to give you a prediction, bro. I'll be real.
Yeah, say that more. Leon, anything?
Europa League's interesting, man. I was going to say earlier, it's just we could win it. That's the maddest thing because it's game by game.
We can't, bro. We can't.
I'm not saying on the run of play we deserve based on form, but you just don't know. We could scumbag the whole. That's just what we do.
That's what I'm saying. I agree.
Norridin, man. Even when we don't deserve it.
God, you know what? Agree. I look at it. I'm not going to lie to you, T. I'm looking at the whole thing, yeah, and I'm like, we can't even scumbag anything.
Yeah, we are struggling. We are struggling. Bro. We can't scumbag 2 games in a row at the moment. So.
I would believe you. If Ahmad and Martinez were in the team, I would believe.
Yeah, I would say, definitely.
I would believe you. If Leon, if Ahmad
and Mainu as well, and Mainu.
If Ahmad, Mainu, and Martinez were available, I could say, you know what, maybe we can scumbag. But honestly, I don't know. I think we can scumbag a final. But I think we're gonna get knocked out before we get to the final.
No, we can't come back a final, bro.
Yeah, I feel like these man, when the back's against the wall, these man just show up and just produce something, but then it's too late.
Not now.
Yeah, but this season it's just.
They can't do it now.
Yeah, but Saeed, even if they made it to the semi-final or the final, what would that mean? It wouldn't mean anything. It wouldn't mean anything this season, would it? Really? Like, even if they won it, I'd still be like, "Yo, you man flopped like every other game in it." So,
well, we're the Champions League.
Listen, I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off, King, because we wasted so many games playing in
this
competition for us not to get final and actually go and pick up the trophy.
Exactly.
But I don't want that because then that's the bailout for Ineos. I don't want them to be bailed out. Nah, mate, I'm sick of it. I want them done. And by the way, 1958, big up to you lot for calling a demo. Unfortunately, I'm not in the country. But I say this, the fact that you're not specifically calling out Ineos for me shows the shit baggery, man. That's a cowardly. That is cowardly, man. Ineos are part of it. Ineos are the face of the Glazers.
It's time for United fans.
Accept it or not, that's the reality.
It's time for United fans to finally realise that all the short-termism is just not like it's more evident than ever. I know you've been screaming it for years, Norridin, that it's so bad, like in regards to the club. And I hope people know that, that the best we're ever going to get with Ineos is going to be top 4 with a cheap squad. I hope man know that in it. That's the best you're going to hope for in it. So, and it's going to be if it doesn't work out of Amorim, and this is a part where, like, although a lot of the stuff I've criticized him on, I kind of have to agree with Marcel in some ways in regards to we will have short-term managers that win short-term things that get short-term top four, and it'll be a cycle of Tuchels. That's what it will be. So I can kind of see that. So
yeah, that's why for me, I'm not getting emotionally involved with managers. Just this
what do you think, Marcel?
Well, you should do, because if you start to invest in one and progress him and upregulate what he has available to him, then you see the long-term progress. That's just how you.
No, but I don't believe in long-term progress.
How you achieve anything on this universe?
2 to 3 years. 2 to 3 years. If you don't,
when you've got the right guy, it's the right decision.
Yeah, you still have to prove it.
Yeah. 100%.
I personally, Marcel,
we didn't know. At the beginning of Sir Alex, we didn't know if he was the right guy, the right decision.
Oh my god! Can you stop
head over heels? They should be gone.
No,
they were head over heels.
And guess what? Since
they were head over heels of it,
and guess what, Marcel?
Get him out now.
Back since 1986, when Sir Alex Ferguson took over Man United.
Time of football, man.
Since 1986, 1,000 managers, have been in the same situation. Nobody ever knew, and they got fired. So I hear you, Marcel. You're not wrong, bro. You're not wrong.
Okay. The people that we speak
Leon,
to now,
he's still cherry picking.
The leading people that we speak to right now, Pep, Arteta, and
Arteta. Why are you putting Arteta in there?
Because they're the people that we speak to in terms of look how great they've done. Like these are in the Premier League.
Arteta shouldn't have been sacked, bro.
But no, what? It's okay. That's a 50-50 with Arsenal fans, yeah. But they some of them love him. Okay, so the narratives that we have right now and the managers that are so great. I've just seen in the chats someone talking about Arne Slot. That's very early doors. Let's just see what happens there. But the ones that we can really look at with the data. They kept them. They weren't good at the beginning. One, dilly ding, dilly dong. They weren't great at the beginning, and we kept them for a certain period of time, and then they built.
I mean, they could have sacked him when they finished 8th twice, though. They could have.
But they kept him.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's not always
things
happen,
happen.
Like that, bro.
Who's he talking about? Arteta.
Yeah, he's talking about Arteta. Yeah,
all of them. All three of them. All three of them. Just stop saying one. All three of them.
You're grouping.
He's Arteta with Pep Guardiola. What are you doing, bro? Are you all right?
He's not okay.
Listen, we're gonna wrap the show anyway.
I think the question to ask is the question to ask
anyway,
to find out where we're at. Yeah,
for Real Sociedad and for the rest of the, and for important games, you play counter attack. You just feel you just stay in our box. You just stay in our box. I don't know why you're clapping it. I was saying under 10 as well.
I agree with you. You spoke facts there.
I was thinking about his whole thing with Arteta and all the thing that he's doing. Yeah. So Saeed, Marcel, what if Amorim is our Unai Emery? We need to sack him to get our Arteta. How about that?
Ooh.
No, because I've so what was 10 Hag would have done it for you already if you really locked in. If you're not really locked in, 10 Hag would have got you there.
Listen,
let him speak.
If you're not really locked in, 10 Hag would have got you there.
Let him speak, Saeed. Let him speak.
No. Hearing this revision. Why have you done this, Danny? Why have you done this, Danny, man?
Wait, let me hear this. Danny, one sec. Danny, let him finish.
Okay, you'll pick on the principle. And then when you show him what's wrong with it, he'll just go on and start talking about 10 Hag. It's not that to do with it.
Marcel, go on.
Anyway. Good night. Time for your bed, people.
Man said good night.
He knows, man. Because he knows.
Listen,
man said good night and lock the camera off.
He needs to open his class, man. Let him open his class, myself.
This guy, man.
Listen, people, we're gonna wrap it up here, man.
Listen, you live, yeah? Send them my way at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, 10 o'clock. Okay, yeah. Last super chat here. Big up to my guy Shax OT. Because Arsenal fan, our wage structure is a joke. Calafiori is a poor example. 120k for a good player like Kobe. Some players are overpaid. You shouldn't want that for United. That's a fair comment, man.
But we're not that football club anyway. We're not that football.
But listen, people, we're going to do here. Liverpool are playing in a bit now, so make sure you're here in a bit, man. You know what I'm saying? To PSG. And then later on tonight, United Real Therapy. I'll send them your way to Nuruddin. Make sure you're there, people. Danny, pleasure, man. Masterclass today. That man said he did a Busquets performance, man. You know, Xavi, Iniesta. You know the ones there. Shout out to Leon's reality. Big up to him. Shout out to you, Marcel.
Big up Nuruddin, Saeed, everyone fasting and that. Do you know what I mean? Because it's not easy. Do you know what I mean? First few days as well, you're like breaking into it. So big up, man. What you doing?
Yeah.
Big up, man. I struggle, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, headaches, man. Yeah.
Big up, man. And smash the likes on the channel.
Come on, big up to Marcel. Listen, people, man. Let me know if you enjoyed the Mandem talk. Like the video on your way out, man. Don't be a pagan, man. Like the video on your way out. We're out.